Hello, and welcome to another episode of the Fellowship of the D20. It is on like a polyhedron. Tonight we're going to be playing Spelljammer, Light of Xaryxis, with Greg as our DM. Uh, our regular DM, DMasis, is still out sick. He'll be coming back soon, we promise. Just taking a little time. So, without further ado, let us jump into this, and I will hand it on over to Jeff Bracey for the intro.
All right, I'm going to start off by spilling the actual tea. D-Nemesis is, in fact, not greatly ill. He is off in the abyss, fighting Tiamat and kicking each of her asses, or her head, as it will, in turn, one at a time, because he likes to take his sweet time with that sort of thing. He's going to taste the rainbow with his knuckles. And if he's playing Burley, he's probably going to eat that bitch as well.
Yeah.
That's what Burley does. Anyway, back to spelljamming, where we last left off. We had some rather exciting times. We'd met a new friend named Jasper on the derelict nautiloid spaceship that we found while we've been spelljamming. Among the many horrors in here, and the apparent lone survivor of this crew, a rather sketchy kind of fellow named Benito, who Eventor just did not trust because he has long experience with Illithids and Illithid kin and all sorts of nasty things in the world of spell jamming. So everything was always suspect, but he never did anything untoward or outright shifty. He really seemed to shy away from, as our DM kept putting it, the guy with the creepy black ball over there. All right, there. If that's how you want to play it. But anyway, we had discovered a real creepy thing in the form of Jasper, the multi-brained, multi-limbed, multi-eyed eldritch horror, and something even worse in the form of an exploded latrine, courtesy of yours truly. But with these things sorted out, our beloved Dee was able to rejoin us for play this session, and she leaped from one ship to the nautiloid, aboard her trusty mechanical dog Bronx with a party. Bach.
Yeah, baby.
In the dog park.
Came to save the day. Here she comes to save the day. At which point the captain of our fair vessel said, "At last, somebody with some sanity." I promise you, I did not take offense to that at all. I'm merely logical. Well, we continued our exploration of this vessel. Eventor really did not want to leave any stone or aberration unturned, as it were, knowing how dangerous these creatures are and how they fester like a literal cancer in wild space. Moving along, we searched multiple corridors, seeking to go from the top down to the bottom of the ship. We found out we, in fact, were going to have to go back up to go down. As we made our way through, we discovered a Illithid larder, if you will, filled with some yummy, juicy brains, and our DM added the special detail that there was some butter sauce as well, because, hey, brains and butter sauce, am I right? Well, that didn't go over too well with Eventor, so, of course, we moved on with his declaration that he planned to destroy this ship one way or the other. Moving around from area to area, we had a plethora of choices to go through. The players decided to just take a random sort of a stairway and doorway, and Eventor is more or less leading the way, since this seems to be kind of where he lives, wild space and Eberron and spelljamming and all that. And we found evidence of new creatures that were finally not aberration Lovecraftian horrors. But we found some basically dead yetis, yet not yetis. They were space yetis, not the Star Trek kind of space yetis. No horn, sadly. I was really looking forward to a horn, but they did have pointy bits. I'm not going to say what. I'll leave that up to your imagination. There was all sorts of weird horniness going on last time because the mouse did pronounce that she would rock your house. Enough of that.
Damn.
We found that
there were black balls.
Yeah. There were, and we did discover that Eventor had in fact killed Space Elvis, but that's another story entirely. So we found a couple of these creatures deceased and apparently fed upon, as well as the body of at least one Illithid. And moving forward cautiously, room by room, it wasn't long before we discovered the perpetrator of these violent carnivorous acts. In fact, one of these remaining humanoid creatures, and my surprise as much as you that this Yeti-like monstrosity is not a monstrosity, but actually a humanoid. But this large and hungry, long-limbed, simian-like white-furred creature, which just is 2 arms shy of being a member of the Barsoomians that plagued John Carter, launched his own attack, rapidly destroying Eventor's familiar black orb, the Void, before launching its own attack. Well, the battle was furious and fierce, but gratefully somewhat brief, as we dealt with the creature in kind, and yet that was not the end of things, as we made a discovery that was most disturbing indeed. Somewhere amongst the area this creature had been nesting in, we discovered a bunch of, well, eggs on a derelict spaceship. Well, we all know that can't be a good thing. Are we on LV-246? I don't know. But things are happening. Whatever you do, don't look directly down on them.
Don't touch the black goo.
Yes, don't touch the black goo. Don't play with the hammerpede. Don't touch things in space. It's just not a good idea. Don't touch things in space. Well, it turns out these eggs, fortunately, had already hatched. So, no face hugging, sadly, but that meant that something larger and nastier was probably going to be out there to hug us eventually. And so, as the crew starts to make its way through the vessel, now the nautiloid ship, if you don't know what a nautiloid looks like, it has a large kind of spiraling shell. So we had to go up around in the shell to get back down to the bowels of the ship. But on the way there, the captain said, "Why don't we try checking out the spelljamming helm?" Well, if we've got to go up anyway, that's a pretty worthy thing, and it can never hurt to have an extra spelljamming helm on a vessel in case something happens. Hey, redundancy is the key to survival so often in space and other places. That's why you have 2 lungs, 2 kidneys, and 2 eyes, kids. As we made our way through the vessel, it soon became apparent that we had found the source of the hatched eggs. Now, we had fought some of these wormy creatures earlier. They were called Sorlons, was it, Greg?
Sorlons, yeah.
Sorlons. These guys were a little bit different. The earlier versions seemed to have at least some sort of culture about them for eldritch nightmares. They wore robes, these wormy things with like these lamprey-like mouths and many-limbed things, and they hit you with psychic blasts. They were all around generally rather unpleasant. But they managed to turn it up a notch because it's space where everything is just kind of screwed up anyway. And this one had a mouth at its front and a mouth at its back. So it's literally talking some shit to you. We are fighting cat dog, people. And they didn't even bother with robes. They're just loud and proud with their butt mouth out and their face mouth out. And along came the attacks. And these things are hitting us with the psychic whammies. And surprisingly, characters like Asteria and Eventor, who actually have legitimately good wisdom saving throws, for whatever reason cannot make a saving throw to save their lives. And they keep taking psychic crushes as they assault our brains. And every time we think we're going to get one of these things down, there's another one lurking above or hiding in the shadow over here. And they cunningly waited until, finally, for the first time in this whole exploration, our party had been divided by levels, as 2 of our party members went up a level, that being Urk and Eventor, and the others were still down, waiting their turn to climb this ladder.
Which our DM had been waiting to get us into the entire
He's like,
Y'all did not make it easy.
But this was Greg's chance to do what DMs love to do, and that's hassle the crap out of his players. And hassle us he did, and in the most sneaky way possible. We found out that indeed Veneto was not a trustworthy soul, but he was not a victim of seramorphosis, as I had long suspected, but in fact it turns out that he was one of these Surions himself who had taken human form, a fact that they cannot retransform back to their original form once they take on the guise of a humanoid that they've consumed or whatever the hell. But he was secretly attacking us as well, because who thinks to count the number of psychic assaults you're getting, especially when these Saurians do not all have a level playing field of abilities. They can each do different things. We were taking different damage for different reasons, so it was a really, really clever ploy on the part of both the enemies and our DM himself, which made things uber sketchy. But in the end, the party is able to prevail. The halfling autognome, Bard Nyx, manages to get off a spell, the Tasha's Hideous Laughter, and these creatures apparently suck as much as their wisdom saving throws as the party did, despite the fact that they've actually got a pretty decent wisdom. And this thing is literally laughing out of two sides of its face and ass. That kept one very occupied for the majority of the fight. Eventor used his ability to push and pull via gravity to displace a couple of these creatures off of their platforms and drop them down to lower levels, where our other party members assaulted them with various means, be it bows or bolts, crimson flames, swords. It all just kind of came together. And just when we thought the battle was over, that's when we really got the heel turn, as Dee realizes that our stalwart captain is acting very peculiar. She is stuck, still, static, and I thought, oh, is it a whole person thing going on? Well, not exactly. She has been mind-whammied, but it was Benito who was clutching onto her tightly with a dagger held poised at her back. And he demanded that, well, basically, we need to come to a parley. Well, Eventor was having none of this, of course, because he doesn't like any sort of aberrations at all. But we seem to be at an impasse, because it's very clear that Benito had an action ready. And it's probably going to involve lots of stabbies. The crew was very tense, trying to decide what to do. Eventor took his measure, and he came up with a desperate plan. And as he drifted down to the deck that they were standing on, he actually assaulted the captain, trying to use his Eldritch Blast to draw her closer to him. But Benito had been paying careful attention to the tactics of our team, and he clung so tightly to his victim that he was drawn with her. And even when Eventor changed tactics and fired a blast at him and repelled him, he still took his victim with him. It was a stalemate that we could not seem to get around, and the captain had already taken damage both from a stabby and an Eldritch Blast. Eventor, regretfully, decided he did not want to risk the life of his captain any further, and offered a truce of sorts. Our people would depart the vessel and leave Benito on this derelict. Meanwhile, he would be free of the consequences of being a two-faced asshole. Now, honestly, I don't know if he was one of these two-faced fuckers to start with, but hey, I'm assuming, because he was already a dick. He decided that, indeed, this was a no-win situation for him, that we would come out. The best he could do was spitefully hurt us. So, with enormous regret, but upholding his word, Eventor and the others left the ship for their own vessel. Unfortunately, that vessel did not have cannons. While Eventor claimed that he would not take the life of Benito, he said nothing about laying waste to the ship. But without proper weapons to do so, the best he could do is use his Eldritch Blast to score the mark of a skull, a warning to others in the vessel, the Nautiloid. But just when it looked like we were going to have a bittersweet sort of victory, a Nyogi spider vessel came lumbering out of the darkness, out of the asteroid field nearby. It was all a clever setup, waiting for us to get whittled down by the monsters within this ship and attack us when we were at our weakest. We only had a choice to flee, but it wasn't looking good. We were low on resources, low on health, low on spell slots, low on everything. When suddenly salvation appeared in the form of the Gith, and they do have heavy weapons on their ship, and they started blasting the crap out of the Nyogi. The Nyogi rightly fled the area as best they could and came aboard our vessel to speak with our captain. It turns out she knows the Gith fairly well. But There was a moment of tension as Urk, seeing how hurt Eventor was, so hurt, in fact, that he had actually allowed himself to not hover but drift down to the deck of the ship itself, tried to cure his wounds. Now, the Gith are very practical people, but also a very martial and violent people, and immediately started to pull their legendary silver swords. And there was a moment of people trying to parlay in peace talk, and Urk was not helping the situation because he's like, well, I'm just trying to heal him. Why are you being such a dick about things? You have healers on the ship. Do you threaten them too? Is that how it works? So, not helping, but in the end, it all worked out. We have survived the encounter, and now we are free to see what happens next. Hopefully, we can make it to the Rock of Bral without too many further escapades into madness and murder. And off we go.
I would like to quickly petition that Sirloins are now butt mouths.
Bean approves. I will also add that Nixon succeeded in making them literally laugh their ass off.
Yes.
They were laughing out of their ass. It does my heart good that I can inspire that level of hatred in an NPC that y'all knew for one session.
I take that as a badge of pride myself whenever I DM. If I can just, I made my players really hate you.
Exactly. But thank you. That was a great summary. The last thing that happened after the Gith left and then sent over a couple of healing potions because I think it was Urk had asked them.
Actually, Eventor had asked them.
Was it Eventor? Okay.
Yeah.
You then did get to witness the Gith blasting Lucian Edict out of the sky until it is just flotsam.
It was the only way.
Can I see Beneteau floating in space? That would just
you do not. You see a few random bodies, but
yeah, I just kind of make the sign of Mistra, to guide the souls of the deserving dead to where they should go.
I wonder if we shot Benito's frozen body, if it would shatter in astral space.
Asteria hears a faint whisper in her mind. You are praying for exactly 0 souls, my child, if you're praying for the worthy from that ship.
Why am I not surprised? Well, just as well then.
It was a mind flayer ship that was attacked and then infested by Sterlons and Neogi.
Yeah. You never know. There might have been some worthwhile victims.
Maybe one of the brains. Abby, someone.
Good old
Well,
Hey,
yeah.
what's
Likewise,
up,
the Nemesis.
Miss you too.
Yep.
You're feeling better, man.
Yeah, please.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
Oh. Nice.
Not feeling too bad not to watch the Army name.
Yeah.
Okay, well, as we sailors used to say,
Sure.
belay that order.
Belay that order.
Belay that razor order.
Go Army, baby. Go Army.
Yeah. They can go as far as the coastline without help.
Oh, I can tell he's a sailor because it's a salty sea.
Nah, long ago in another life. That's cool though. I didn't know the game, so good for Army. They deserve to win one once in a while.
Damn. Landed on thick and shit.
Anyway. Now the gift have departed. You witnessed the Lucina dick being blown up. Elena says, all right, I think we can finally set sail for the Rock of Bral. I will go talk to Flapjack. Y'all can make yourselves comfortable. It's probably going to be a while, so got some chores you can do in a bit after you get some rest.
Sounds like a plan.
All right. Still wanting those pancakes. Just saying.
Yeah, the galley's right through that door to the left.
It's not nearly as cool unless a guy named Flapjack makes them.
Yeah, I don't know that you want the jellyfish making your breakfast, do you?
Yeah.
Well, it's either him or Burley, so.
Yeah.
Well, if you want any chance of eating any of it, I doubt it would be Burley.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, I guess there's that. Right.
Just kidding, by the way.
Yeah.
All right. The party can take a long rest, at which point any bonuses or benefits from your new level, can kick in.
Cool.
Oh, yeah.
The ship just you get the impression that it's moving very quickly. You can look out and see that things are moving, relatively quickly, but you don't feel much in the way of motion except once in a while.
Mm-hmm.
Oddly, almost it's like raising up a bit on a wave.
Inertial dampeners?
Elena pokes her head out and says, "No, the inertial dampers are fine. It's really just one of those things."
Okay.
Let's see if anything happens while you guys are resting.
Yeah, I just did a little bit of combat practice before they took the rest. So.
Yeah, I'm giving you the long rest. We're not gonna mess with that.
Yep.
So whatever.
Yeah, it's just flavor.
Rested. That was all he was up to.
Yep.
Asteria? What was that stuff you were just doing? I saw you practicing before we took a rest. What was that?
I was training with the monks in Candlekeep. I learned martial arts from them, and
Wow.
I've studied some things before that, even with the Sisterhood of Mistra.
Wow. Can't wait to see that in practice.
I would say it is better that I show you against an actual enemy, though I hope we don't run into one anytime soon.
Yeah, of course. I mean, who wants to fight around here?
Yeah. not right now, anyway. No. Yeah, I got tired of having monsters creep up in my face, and being without spells.
So we'll give him
I
the
understand.
1-2.
I got tired of attacking only one time.
Yeah, I can understand that as well.
That's right. Urk has hit a new level of martial ability.
Yeah.
Yep.
Meanwhile, I got 1 cantrip and 1 spell slot.
Oh yeah, warlock.
No, I took 4th level in wizard so I could get my ASI.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Nice.
Okay. Now was it Prince Elon or Commander Crux that we're looking for once we get to the Rock of Bral? My notes are not all that clear. Crux, okay.
He's gonna be the crux.
Yeah, Elena suggested that you find Crux, and Nyx actually offered to take you to him.
Oh, awesome.
Okay.
That'll
I
save some
appreciate
time.
that.
Oh, come on, not again.
I know from personal experience that if you leave the Candlekeep Crew to wander around and find the answer, we'll be here a while.
Especially in a city of that size.
Right? You never know. Some random NPC could say something really interesting.
Hey, I've learned from Dragon Heist you can run an entire campaign just in a city because there's always
Mhm.
something going on.
Well, I'm thinking about our obsession with we have to talk to every single person like they are the end all of answers in the game, and they know
Oh,
everything about what we're supposed to do and where we're supposed to go.
Yeah, I didn't need
What?
a city to distract you guys. I just needed a depressed old man on a rock.
let's just play.
Everybody's
spend-
important to somebody.
You can spend hours developing like this important NPC, and your players will walk by him and talk to the barmaid that just accidentally spilled one of your mugs of ale. It's like, oh, that poor thing. Like, oh, what's your story? You look kind of ragged. And the next thing, oh God, I got to write something on the fly about this barmaid who looks a little rough.
Right?
It was
Right?
just supposed to add a little flavor, a little character, a little texture to the world. But now she's become the focus of everybody's attention.
Well, honestly, it's worse with writers because y'all have this obsession with Chekhov's gun.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
That's
absolutely. I didn't consider that, but you're right. Oh my.
Sorry, I managed to lose a chart that I was looking for, so
Uh-oh.
nothing interesting is happening right now.
All right.
Okay.
Nyx is playing music randomly.
Hmm. What kind of music does Nick like to play? Is it jaunty? Is it mellow? Is it melancholy?
With a
Kind
name
of
like Nyx, meaning
Yeah.
night, it's got to be some dark shit, I figure.
I
No,
mean,
no,
when you guys have been resting, he's played just appropriate, not really melancholy, just kind of chill. Most of the time, it's kind of jaunty. Right now, it's some old Def Leppard.
Nice. I was
That's
totally
fun.
just listening to Def Leppard before the game. Perfect.
Step inside, walk this way. You want me, babe? Hey, hey. Some Def Leppard.
Hell yeah. They were so metal on that first album, and then they went a totally different pop direction. Like, the sound was totally different. And what's weird is their drummer lost an arm and got better at playing drums.
Yes.
Yeah. Seriously.
He went the Darth Vader route, like
Yep.
when he got all burned up, Anakin actually had to practice at being good.
Well, he said it at the time. He wasn't going to stop. He didn't stop.
Yeah.
Good
I
on
always
him.
thought it was really cool for the band to wait. Like, they could have easily just got another drummer and moved on, and they didn't. I thought that was really cool. That solidarity was awesome.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Sure. I mean, if you guys want to hear about what it looks like to go through Wild Space, it's sparkly and there are pretty lights, and once or twice you see what looks like a pod of whales a bit off. Let's say the port side.
Do we see Ahsoka riding them?
Yeah.
That's what I was wondering.
No, but one of them does have a lasso around its neck that it looks like something had been riding it, or at least tried to.
Damn, now that's
No,
a
these
drag.
things are like 60 feet long.
There she blows, a hump like a snow hill.
I climbed Mount Everest. You don't know shit. I rode a fucking space whale, dude.
Cool. Yeah. Did you have to look for the nuclear vessels?
That's
Wessel.
right.
Good
Oh,
one.
come on. Come on. I think inspiration is awarded for the Star Trek 4 reference there.
Nuclear vessels. I love it.
Yeah, you can have inspiration for it.
Oh, sweet.
Elena will ask if anyone other than Dee, well, I mean, Dee can look again if she wants, if anyone else is interested in the Star Jamming Helm.
I am, of course.
I'm
I think I did go to view it once, though, with the flump already.
I'm curious as a player how the whole thing works. I'm just not sure that Arc necessarily would. So if one of y'all wants to get some interest in that, I'd like to hear it.
You mean how the spell jamming helm works?
Yeah, I'd like to know. I'd like to know about how spelljammers work. I don't know very much about it.
Evantor,
go ahead, Evantor.
if she's going to offer to ask about it, Evantor will get into it with her about it. It's sort of like, if you're a car enthusiast, you want to see like what the other guy's got under the hood and see if like she's got any interesting modifications. So he'll start picking her brain about her particular spelljammer, or pick Flapjack's brain, whoever's going to be the most informative on that. And if Urk is standing by, he can get the benefit of all this cool knowledge.
There you go.
Or just Mike in general.
I'm curious though. I don't know Evantor inside and out, but just from what I know of him, I imagine his curiosities are going to be about weapons and applying armament to a spelljammer.
Well, there is that. We definitely need more armament on this vessel.
Yeah, especially after this last encounter.
Or we'll have to get our own vessel, of course.
Yeah,
Well, just
that's
you
that's seeming
mentioned
likely.
you mentioned in making him that your focus was on combat specifically in the design there.
Yeah, just for a little outside meta knowledge, Evantor, like most wizards, started out as sort of an intellectual sage, a seeker of knowledge, a sphere of influence that interested him. The relatively new magical art of graviturgy, and he found this, being able to play with this fundamental force very interesting. And then, of course, with the Illithids encroaching into the places where he lived and the threat they posed, he ended up basically becoming a war wizard. So this is why I don't have, useful little spells like prestidigitation or things like that. It's really all about destroying.
Actually, speaking of prestidigitation, Mysteria has actually been using prestidigitation to clean the deck while everybody's been talking.
Oh, look at that. Like, who needs a mop? I can swab the deck like this.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Nyx will actually say, well, in terms of how spell jamming works, it's really in the chair. They call it a spell jamming helm because they have some obsession with pretending this has anything to do with actual sailing, but they being wizards of sorts, create magical chairs. They call them spell jamming helms. When someone with magical capability, affinity, or spell casting ability attunes to a spell jamming helm, they then will the ship to go where they want to go. In this case, Flapjack's taken us to the Rock of Bral. The ship that took me to your world, I went there for a week, planned to go there for a week, got stuck for 15 years. It crashed.
So it merely requires an ability to manipulate the weave. That's how that works.
I guess that's how someone from your world will put it.
It,
Not in,
magic. magic works differently in different realms. Is that right?
Not
Yes.
entirely. It can also be accessed. There have been those with clerical abilities who have been able to
Mm-hmm.
will the ship into movement through divine power.
Yes.
Now, Flapjack here interests me because he is no arcanist, nor is he a divine user. I can only assume that somehow he is using his mental powers to influence the vessel.
You hear telepathically. Yep, pretty much.
And there is
This
sorcery that can affect that can influence minds as well. So that makes sense to me.
I am curious then, Captain. Did this ship come from a nautiloid? This is the method of propulsion that the Illithid would use.
And is a
It's-
nautiloid a
This is-
tiny escape vessel?
Others
of the
as well.
Nautilus?
Yeah, this isn't a nautiloid. The ship is pretty much just a galleon.
No, not the ship itself. The helm.
Oh, she says, no. It's. I mean, I bought the ship with the helm, so I guess I can't say for sure that it didn't come from a nautiloid. But I don't think so. There are creatures on the Rock of Bral, who pretty much build, enchant. I don't know what you want to call it. But our spell jamming helm isn't anything special. If that's what you're thinking, it's not. Flump could use any spell jamming helm.
All right, I see. I was wondering if it was particular. Obviously, they'd only
Not
use.
just, she pats the rail. I love the Moon Dancer, but she's not that special.
I usually only see psionics using psionic races like the Illithid or the Gith using such abilities to pilot. So, the instance of your finding a flump willing to act as your navigator, I suppose, has been a most unique encounter.
And it also detects mutants.
It's a living. Flump's got to eat. But she turns back to Earth. Once the individual who can attune with the helm does so, be that arcane magic, divine magic, or other abilities, it really is just a matter of will and knowing where you're going. Most of the complexity is in the spell. I mean, even this ship can travel 100 million miles in a day if there's nothing in the way. It's magic. If we get too close to something, then a skilled spelljammer will feel it. I guess, the more experience they have, the better they can do as far as sensing what things are when you get close to them. But most of the time, it's just kind of like you hit the gas, go to warp, and come out on the other end.
That is very interesting.
Yeah.
And the thing with how gravity works, she said, this is Elena, she says, always trips me up because anything that's big enough has its own gravity plane. Like my ship has a gravity plane. Those whales, they have their own gravity plane.
I'm sorry. Don't you mean mavity? What is gravity?
Okay, you can have a point of inspiration for that, but she's not going to talk about Mavity.
Okay.
Spoilers, she hasn't seen Wild Blue Yonder.
As long as there are no not things out in the wild space, we're fine.
Nyx just looks at Asteria and says, your arms are too long. Now I'm distracted thinking about the giggle. So I'm sorry. Mike or Earth, did you have any other questions?
Yeah.
No, I think I got the basics of
Yeah.
how it works.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
it really feels like it should be more complex than that, but thankfully for everyone involved, it's really not.
It's kind of like how some technology is simple to use, but the underpinnings might be more complex than it looks.
Yeah, she says you hear stories that in the older days in the early Spelljammers that it was a lot more of a pain in the ass to get around, and some of them even claimed that space was flammable if you weren't careful.
Damn.
Yeah, that's why we sail the astral sea and not what they used to call the phlogiston. Imagine just sailing through flammable air. And then fighting a wizard.
Love throwing fireballs. Yeah.
Steve, it looks
Yeah.
like you just got booted out of Roll20.
Oh, was I?
Well, you're not up there on the thing.
Looks like I'm fine right now.
Okay,
You-
I
you
see.
You just now
A
came
blip.
back
It
on.
was a
But...
blip. It was a blip. It was
Okay. Okay.
Okay, cool.
Another excellent reason to study a different fundamental force than one of fire.
Mm. Mm.
The phlogiston posed no barrier to what I can do.
All right. So Nick says, "Okay, I'm just gonna ask at this point, what's with the mask, dude?"
That's just part of my battle
Charm?
gear, my robe of order.
A man
Are
is
you
just
like-
a man. But if he becomes more than that, if he becomes a symbol,
He's like,
Legend, Mr. Wayne.
are you like scarred under there?
No,
Are you ugly?
He's just shy without the mask.
man.
Is it
I
just
should get
comfortable?
points for the amount of mama jokes I don't tell. I'm just saying right now.
I am evolved.
Okay. How does that associate to wearing a mask?
Again, these are simply my robes of my order.
It looks like a Yautja.
All right.
Have a picture ready on here. I could get one pretty quickly, though. And as soon as I do, I'll give you guys a reveal.
All right.
Okay.
So Evantor will go like, he'll go on to explain that the area that I inhabit, the time, the place, well, you are aware of Eberron, but I come from the future. I am out of my time. And we have reached a higher level of enlightenment and evolution. Our physicality has evolved to match our mental capabilities.
Are you a Borg under there?
Nick kind of looks around and says, "Okay, are you ugly?"
I cannot honestly answer that because, well, in my time and place, everyone rather looks like myself.
Huh.
There is a homogeneousness about us. We have reached what feels like the perfectly appropriate form for what we are capable of. Much as, say, in the oceans of your worlds, um, predatory creatures like the shark have had no need to move beyond a certain point. They have achieved the pinnacle of what they are designed to do.
You're not answering the question, Claire. Is it attractive?
That was good.
Oh,
You
all
understand I
right.
had to do that, Jeff.
No, no, no. It's way better than the treatment I've been getting from my wife, so I accept it.
All right.
Damn.
I love you, babe.
Yeah. All right. So where'd they go and all? Yeah, I feel like Rodney Dangerfield. No respect. No respect.
That wasn't in the vows.
Sometime during the day, Elena will ask y'all to scrape barnacles off the hull of the ship.
Mhm.
Barnacles
Yeah.
from astral space barnacles.
I was honestly wondering if someone was going to ask that. Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, well, I have prestidigitation. I can clean it.
This was just me messing with something. Oh, yeah, we're not going against the Kraken right now. We're just messing around. Oh,
Yeah.
never mind. You guys didn't see
Release the Kraken!
Face cracking.
that. Oh, wait a minute.
Dude, if a space kraken shows up, we're not fighting that fucking thing. Okay? I just want to say that now. We're
Wait.
leaving.
And she likes to fly the astral sea. It could be an astral dreadnought. So
Okay. Actually, off the starboard hull, you see a Kraken drifting closer.
Wow. Okay.
Give me perception checks.
ooh,
Did
okay.
anybody claim to be greater than the gods recently?
Where's Cal Burley? Calamari's off the starboard side.
I'm just gonna say for Grax and Yonsei Ben, just for the hell of it.
Get some
All right,
gods fighting gods here.
Evantor, I need a Constitution save.
Oh, shice. All right. Constitution save as well. All right. Come on, baby. Be good to daddy. 16. It's all right.
Okay,
Decent.
you feel like you're gonna ice over, but then it just passes. Asteria, you realize that the Kraken is just drifting and not actually moving to attack.
It seems to be drifting in space. It doesn't look like it's trying to harm us.
So we're in the astral sea, right?
No, you're still in wild space.
Okay, wild space.
After a while, it just kind of waves to you and drifts off.
Oh my god. A kraken just fucking waved at me.
Yeah, that was literally a second roll for its attitude, and you got high on indifferent, leaning towards friendly. So
Okay.
Wow.
I figured
Well, we
it would
weren't
just.
in any mood to fight that thing, so.
No.
I didn't really want to fight you either.
Well,
Well, that,
We were a waste of time.
No, it was afraid of Burley on board.
yeah.
Pearlie's like, I'm going to make calamari like you've never seen.
we'd go to fight it, and Burley would break out of the side of its stomach. Like Drax and shit.
Oh, jeez.
Other than that, there's not much going on in the ship, but it is gonna. It is just. Elena tells you it's going to take you a few days to get to
Yeah.
the Rock of Bral.
Yeah. Meantime, I'm just busy earning my passage, so not much else to do. And
I guess
continuing to train. Yeah. Yeah, continuing to train in the meantime, yeah.
Hey, I could help you train. I could shoot arrows at you.
I don't think I'm quite proficient enough to dodge arrows yet. But, yeah.
Oh.
He's helping. He's helping. All right.
Yeah, that'll be level 3.
The tweeters.
All right.
Yeah.
What was that? What is the famous story of that guy that put the thing on his head and shot it with the arrow? What's
Tell.
that guy's name?
William
Tell.
Tell.
William Tell, yes.
Yeah, he had his own overture.
We'll play William Tell later.
Yeah. I don't know if Nick takes requests, but yeah.
Let me see. Oh,
Nick's
that's
gonna
what
give
you
it
look
to you.
like.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I do remember.
I'm going to go ahead
bringing
and
this up
say
before.
no, not on the attractive side.
What? I think he's pretty cool looking.
You can be unattractive and cool looking at the same time.
Yeah.
Cool looking does not require being attractive.
As it is, the females of my species do find me rather attractive.
Oh.
Okay,
Only
so
Jen would know for sure.
what's your species, bro? That's Nick's.
That's an excellent
Whoa.
question. We came from
Check out
human.
Eventor, folks.
Our genetic stock
have a-
was human, but there was also a large elf population at the time.
I figured it was probably some weird Eberron magic thing.
Dragon marks were involved.
Did you attach that stone you have on your forehead, or were you born with it?
Maybe it's
It is-
Maybelline.
Huh?
It's attached.
That's the
It is-
Mr. Sinister influence.
Wow.
It is a foci.
One last question. Do you actually shave your head, or are you just bald on the sides?
I groom.
Interesting. Okay. That was it.
I've got
I
the
just had to
lawnmower
ask.
4.0 for manscaping.
All
We
right.
are not endorsed, but we could be. We will take your money.
Yeah.
All right. Aside from some nifty scenery, you're not actually going to need to enter the astral sea, because I didn't realize it, but the Rock of Bral is in realm space. So, hey, save some time.
Quick question.
Yes.
What is realm space?
The universe the Forgotten Realms is in.
Yeah.
Okay.
The existence such as it consists of multiple prime material planes floating on the astral sea. At least that's how it looks from a spell jamming perspective.
Mm-hmm.
When you're within a sphere, such as you are now, and you see stars and planets and such, that's what we call wild space. It's really just space, but they put wild in front of it because they were trying to sound edgy and cool.
Okay.
If you sail out of a sphere, then you're sailing on the astral sea, which is another way of perceiving the astral plane. But the spell jamming helm and magic about it lets you navigate it as if it were a sea. So when we say realm space, we're talking about effectively what you would think of. I mean, you're a horizon walker. So
Right.
effectively the plane in which at which Turil exists. Think of it as being a physical sphere,
Okay.
and we can sail around it. And if we sail over the edge or out of the sphere, then we're leaving that plane and going into the astral.
All right.
It's
Okay.
really,
That makes sense.
it's a way of perceiving travel across planes in the astral plane in nautical terms, basically.
All right.
You're on stranger tides.
Yep.
Nice.
And you're about to come out of warp, and you feel the ship slowing down. And it feels like it's on waves, which is really weird because you can obviously see that it's not. But in the distance and getting closer quickly, sunlight illuminates the rooftops and spires of a city built across the top of a gigantic asteroid. The asteroid's underside has structures as well, including fortresses and giant sails. Wooden docks protrude from one end of the asteroid, and a variety of ships are moored at the docks. Space-dwelling fish scatter in front of you as your ship adjusts its heading until the docks are straight ahead and level with the ship's main deck. When you were coming in, you weren't perfectly aligned with the asteroid, but the ship kind of moved upward and aligned itself, so it's moving towards the dock much as it would on sea. And oddly enough, you see individuals sitting on the dock casting fishing lines. As the ship approaches, pier workers stand ready to catch ropes and tie off the ship as it glides to one of the docks and slows to a stop. Welcome to the Rock, says Captain Sartell, and this is where we part ways.
Okay, I've just got to ask. They've got fishing lines with like bait on them, just kind of floating in the void.
Indeed, they do.
I caught one
And
this
if you look
big.
around, you see fish.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Gotta eat
whales,
somehow around
fish,
here.
krakens.
Okay.
Yeah, the fish thing seems weird to me too.
Mm-hmm.
You
to
know,
be
if
honest.
I could fish like that, it'd be so much easier to know where to cast. Like, oh, I can see you.
Mm-hmm.
You're right there.
All right.
Right? But it's like above the gravity plane, we're supposed to treat it like air, and below the gravity plane, we're supposed to treat it like water.
Mm.
I don't know.
That is strange.
This is probably why they call it wild space.
Mm-hmm.
And
It was, at the time, a new
There it
frontier.
is. Rock of Bral.
Until, of course, those who breached their crystal spheres to sojourn out into wild space discovered that it was already quite inhabited by other creatures.
yeah,
Not-
but they still claim to discover new places. Isn't that interesting?
Mm-hmm.
Well,
I
I'm not
suppose it's all
comfortable with this place sharing the name of a prison.
the Rock. It'll be all right. We're bound to run into
Well,
Nicolas Cage
mhm.
on Connery somewhere.
Yeah.
All right.
So
Well, maybe Clint Eastwood could help us out too.
Well, you know what they say about losers whining about doing their best.
So the ship actually, sails into the dock, gets tied off. There's some pier hands. Elena says, "I wish y'all luck."
And to you as well, Ken.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Thank you for all your help.
How long will you be moored here?
I don't know, probably a couple of days. I don't really have any specific plans.
Mhm. Perhaps we will cross paths again.
No, maybe. Good luck with that whole saving your world thing. I got a whole bunch of people in cargo to unload.
Including Whirly.
Yeah. Let me.
I'm sure he'll find something to eat here.
Yeah.
Hold on,
someone.
Who? Nix was going to lead us to Commander
To
Crux.
Crux, yes.
Yeah. That is the
It
crux
says,
of the matter.
Y'all seem like nice enough folks, so let me tell you a few things. I don't know your relationship with like the law on your world, but don't count on it here. Everyone's kind of left to their own devices. If something really bad happens, the prince will send some soldiers over, but most people just handle stuff on their own.
It's just like a flat Earth version of nowhere.
Yeah.
I
Another
mean,
wild space because we are in the wild, wild west, baby.
Yep.
All right.
pretty much. I mean, this started out as a pirate dock, and it's still
Tortuga.
pretty much.
Okay.
I mean, as it got bigger, folks started to kind of jockey for power and position, and now we got the low city where we're going, and then the middle city, which is where the upright citizens live, and then the high city, which is where the good and the great, by which of course I mean the very rich and disgusting, live. The prince is up that way. Anything that threatens the rock itself, he'll take action. But again, folks really just handle stuff on their own.
Because no one else will.
So watch your purses, watch your weapons, watch out for everything. But for the most part, if you don't bother other people, they won't bother you.
Sounds fair.
I appreciate the advice. Thank you.
I'm gonna get paid for this at some point, right?
Well, I mean, the accommodations weren't really what I was expecting.
Didn't
wasn't
you
my
start off this
ship,
voyage
sweetie.
with that?
Yeah. Yeah, I was looking for a 5-star hotel with all the trimmings.
Well, I'm hoping that maybe he recognizes the joke by now.
Again, I was just hitching a lift like you guys were.
Yeah.
I frankly offered to take you to Commodore Crux because I have nothing else to do right now.
Oh.
Yeah.
Seem more interesting than nothing.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. That was a joke, wasn't it?
It was.
Nix looks at you and says, "What was a joke?"
You're getting paid.
No.
Yeah.
Okay. I guess I'm not. All right. I'll still take you. He starts walking through the low city. And he just, you see, actually, the first thing you see is a large, what you would probably call a farmer's market type place. This seems to be run by halflings. Some of them are offering flowers. A couple of them are offering what looks to be freshly baked bread. Nix just looks at you and says, they do this. They're friendly. For the most part, they're okay. I mean, they're not like trying to poison you or anything.
So they're either Amish or Moonies.
They're really just friendly.
Seriously though, I don't mind paying Nix. Irk has no money.
Yeah.
Let me see how much.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I don't mind offering him a share of whatever we get, but it's not like we've gotten a whole lot up till now.
I was thinking about, I mean, something along the lines of a tip at least.
Yeah.
for taking us.
Nick just says, really, don't worry about it. He says, okay, we're going to.
I don't know if this is a thing somehow, but
I'm sorry.
I didn't know if you could hear me. I don't know if this is a thing somehow, but I don't actually have any gold listed on Evantor's sheet. Like, did we go all this time without getting paid for anything?
I do seem to recall we found some gold when we were searching the ship, but it was like, I don't remember how much it was.
Yeah, I got to go back and
Oh.
go back through the playlist. And
As far as gold on your sheet in general, truthfully, there wasn't a whole lot from the Book of the Raven, and I could go back through what was on the ship. But as thoroughly as y'all searched, I don't know, the head and the prison cells, you walked right through the crew quarters section, including the captain's cabin, and just went right by them without even opening the doors.
Wow.
I knew there was going to be stuff we missed on there.
On the lowest deck of the ship, where you found the Quaggoths and all the creatures in cells that had been killed. That first door you went through, if you had turned to the doors behind you, it would have been the crew quarters.
Man.
Yeah, too bad. Yeah, everybody's letting Evantor lead, and Evantor is just pretty single-minded when it comes to destroying Illithids and aberrations. Yeah. He wasn't looking for treasure. He was looking to just blast things into space.
Yeah, and I will say Asteria is not the kind of person who's going to be digging for treasure a whole lot.
We just got to look a little bit more carefully from now on, that's all.
Yeah.
You didn't have the pack rat with you.
We didn't have the pack rat last time. That's true.
That's true.
Yeah.
Like
I guess we'll make do.
Reprogram that dog to sniff out gold.
Yeah.
Okay, but he walks you through the town. People look at you. They don't really. You can tell they're used to seeing all manner of whomever just wandering through.
Okay.
I imagine there's every chance that we're seeing creatures that the majority of the players are not used to seeing as well.
Yeah. I mean, unless you've seen 7-foot insects arguing over money before.
Do we see a GIF here or there?
Not yet.
I'm looking for all the funds, like some more of the oozes, Hadozes, gifts. The Rycreen's fun. That was a nice touch.
I mean, around the area of the docks is mostly humanoids. You do see some plasmoids. There are some Hadozi working the pier, especially. But Nyx is walking in a fairly determined manner, unless you actually ask him to slow down.
Well, yeah. We can always explore later.
I think so.
That's right. Determined with your little 25-foot walking speed. You're not leaving us.
Yeah.
Okay, he gets to what appears to be a tavern.
Cool.
He opens the door. The first thing you notice, a large spherical creature with eye stalks and a watchful central eye tends bar at this establishment. Filling one side of it, I mean, you see a crowd as well.
Just a little bit of bird poop falls on the floor.
Yeah.
Filling
As long
one
as it's
side
not
of
a zombie beholder.
Eleantor's
not
initial reaction is to throw a hand up and then realize nobody's panicking at the sight of this thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sarah's a bit surprised as well because she's used to hearing about beholders being these scary creatures, but
Nick's just looked back and says, "Is there a problem?"
no,
That-
just settled.
That is a beholder, is it not?
That's just large Luigi. But yeah,
No relation to Super Mario.
he's a beholder. That's the name of the tavern, the Happy Beholder.
But
Yeah.
beholders are considered.
Not usually friendly.
Thank you. Chaotic,
If-
insane,
yeah.
monstrous, destructive, power hungry.
I was
Okay.
just gonna say terrifying.
That's
Oh.
large Luigi. He owns the tavern, and I can tell you, if you raise a weapon towards him, everyone in this place will kick your ass.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, let's not fight anybody. We don't have to.
It's weird, right?
It's an aberration.
Yeah.
It's from the far realm. It's
Welcome to Bral. He owns the bar. He is one of the friendliest creatures you will meet on this rock.
Mm.
I mean, look at that smile.
how is such a thing even possible?
Well, they used to say similar things about Drow.
Psilocybin, my friend.
I mean, you're traveling with a bird, a woman riding a rat woman riding a mechanical dog. You left your nose a few generations behind, and you're getting a tour from a jukebox. So I don't know what to tell you, man.
And none of us are from planes that are known for being chaotic realms of madness and despair and breaking all laws of physics and reason to create abnormalities that should not exist in our space.
I don't know what to tell you. It's Luigi. He's the bartender. He's very popular.
If he's not harming anyone and he's,
He's
accepted
serving
beer
drinks.
then I have no problem with that.
He's just keeping eyes on everybody.
Yeah.
Actually, right now he's talking to a table full of people, and they're all laughing.
Yeah. Well, let's say we let them have their fun and do our business.
That sounds like a good idea.
Nick's gestures over, and filling one side of a table across the tavern is a broad-chested, hippo-headed man with a green parrot perched on one shoulder.
Here we go.
Figure squints at you over the top of an enormous tankard, and then waves, gestures to the empty seats across from him.
I guess we sit down.
Nick says, "That's
We'll do
crux."
that.
Says, "Well met."
Yes, well met. Thank you for seeing us.
You're welcome. I mean, you look like you could use a place to sit.
We've had a long ordeal.
Were you looking for me in particular?
Well, we heard that you could help in our situation, and we'd just go ahead and explain like what happened to our world and how we got here.
The hippo man waves over. He says, "Luigi, drinks for my new friend." And
My
the
thanks.
beholder levitates a platter that has tankards on it. Comes and puts it down on the table in front of you all.
I graciously take it.
Urk is like doing everything he can not to look at the beholder.
Evantor will not stop looking at the beholder.
Yeah.
Hi. The beholder looks back at Evantor. What's up, man?
I am not entirely certain.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Please forgive my friends. We've had a rough trip.
Okay. Well, tell Luigi about it. What's got you down, friend?
Oh no!
Yeah.
Oh no!
Yeah, well, yeah. Well,
He just floats at the end of the table, and now I'm trying to get you guys a picture of him. Hold
Of
on.
course, he's going to be
well,
the.
it's like, well,
this
my
part.
world's been attacked by astral elves, and this is, and we just managed to barely escape a derelict nautiloid, and now
As soon
we're
as you
trying
say-
to figure out what we're doing, what our next moves are.
As soon as you say astral elves, the hippo man leans forward and says, "Start at the beginning."
Yes, and I do. I just concisely like explain what happened to Toril.
Astral seeds.
Yeah. And then the attack that we had later from the elves.
Oh yeah.
Here's what he looks like.
Yeah, he's a GIF.
He's a gift.
Yeah, I've missed these guys.
He says, "Well, that is a tail." And the beholder actually shakes its head and says, "Man, that is just terrible.
Mhm.
No wonder y'all are disturbed. Do you need another drink?"
Well, we could invite you to get down with the sickness as well if you'd prefer.
Yeah.
Well, I just hate to see my customers upset.
Yeah. I appreciate your concern. I'm just wondering if there's any way to either stop it or just find out what our next moves are.
Crux sits up and says, a fleet of astral elf ships visited the Rock of Bral, I don't know, days ago. Let's say probably a few days before the attack on your world, I'm saying. You were warning captains to stay clear of Fern, lest their ships be fired on. And they probably left some spies behind in order to make sure those warnings were heeded. Why don't we continue this chat on my ship?
That sounds like a good idea.
Yeah.
He says, "Hey, Luigi, take your parrot back." He kind of shrugs his shoulder and the parrot flies away.
Goodbye. I don't know. Bird.
Thank you so much for your hospitality. It's much appreciated.
Yep. Hold on, please. And Crux stands up and says, "Yeah, let's take this to my ship. Let's see what's going on."
Yeah, let's do that.
I'll look at Luigi and get interesting meeting you.
Nice to meet you. I hope the thing with your world works out.
Hope so as well. Hope business continues to go well for you.
Oh,
Urk
business
is
is always booming
continuing
here.
to try not to make contact with any of his eyes.
I'm still staring.
What,
I'm the exact
what's,
perk.
Yeah.
what's the problem, friend?
Um,
Nothing.
Yeah.
Thank you for your hospitality. I'll be going now.
No, what's bugging you? Come on, you can tell Luigi.
Yeah.
If you insist.
Terrify me.
You are apparently, to all of my experiences, impossible.
Yeah. Well,
Not
yeah.
possible.
Yeah. I had no desire to offend you, but your kind tend to have a bad reputation on my world, and obviously I try not to judge based on appearances.
Right? I know.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's not just your world.
Mm-hmm.
He kind of looks
Precisely.
around. He kind of looks around almost conspiratorially. He says, and he says in a stage whisper, "They're kind of dicks."
One of them is a crime lord in the city that I hail from. So yes, they certainly are.
Oh, dude, they're crime
City.
lords. I'm sorry, miss. They're crime lords everywhere. I mean, that's what they do.
Yeah.
But your creatures, your species, you are from the far realm. You are an aberration. You are an eye tyrant.
Aberrations from the pits of hell.
I have
No,
never in
I'm
existence heard.
Luigi. I run the bar.
Yeah.
I lay my hand on inventories like, leave him alone. He's the white sheep of their group. Come on.
Yeah. He's done nothing but help us. I think he's earned our respect.
Well, he asked.
Luigi says, "Nah, it's okay. I mean, I
mean
get
no,
it."
I mean no disrespect. I'm just uncomfortable.
This is not a matter of disrespect. He asked, and I answered. That's what I do. Everything I do is factual and logical.
Yeah.
Wow. I bet you're just a load of fun at parties.
So
You have
everyone.
no idea.
You have no idea.
Yes, it seems everyone keeps saying that, but I do not think it means what they think it means.
Inconceivable?
It is, in fact, inconceivable.
Do they not have sarcasm on your weird little world?
Apparently not.
No.
Nice try.
You are, without a doubt, a conundrum.
I'm an enigma wrapped in a mystery with 14 eye stalks.
Which, again, is unusual for one of your kind.
No, we all have eye stalks.
Not 14. Usually 10, oftentimes less.
Well, I didn't say they were all mine originally.
Fascinating.
Mm.
Are you not on good terms with the rest of your species?
I mean, if they want to come in and have a drink, they can come in and have a drink, but most of them just want to come in and disintegrate people and, I don't know,
Yeah.
set up
Yes.
some kind of syndicate.
They aren't any fun, I have to agree.
That is precisely the expected behavior of a beholder, and yet here you are, and I am at a loss.
I just want to make people happy.
I am on the verge of blue screening. Like none of this computes.
I'm waiting for the smoke to come out of his ears.
Sorry.
We
Okay.
thank you anyway.
Anyway, Crux says, "Are you gonna continue? I mean, do you guys want to get a room, or can we go?"
I think we can go.
We can go.
We'll follow you.
All right.
Yeah,
Oh, wait, Avatar.
I drift out, but I just keep watching Luigi the whole time as I float backwards out of the tavern.
He just says, "Thank you. Come again." And he turns back to another table.
He doesn't even have a proper beholder name.
He probably rejected it.
It's not
Well,
Zabla.
Brox didn't
Xanath-
have a problem with him. He didn't balk at him.
Crux just looks at you and says, "It's just Luigi. He's okay."
Yeah. I have no concerns.
I just want to make sense of it.
He really just wants to make people happy.
Yeah.
That is so antithetical to what he is.
Better that than what beholders typically do. I have no worries.
Yeah.
I am.
Crux says, I'm not going to complain because he wants to serve me drinks instead of disintegrating my head.
I would just like to understand it. It does not compute.
Not everything in this world makes sense.
I, on the other hand, am just happy to be outside of that bar.
Everything in the can make sense if one studies hard enough. There are rules. There are structures in place. There are formulations that describe existence down to the most minute iota of matter or particulate of energy. There is formula for everything, and yet
And there are outliers on everything.
It makes
I
perfect
think you get
sense.
along with a certain owl professor that I've heard of.
His name is Luigi. He runs
You
the
sound-
bar.
Hello. I actually think Aventura would probably have a rather fun discussion with Professor
Thaddeus,
Tag.
yeah.
And drive everyone else out of the room.
Yeah.
They wouldn't notice.
I think they leave willingly.
Probably.
All right.
Okay. As you go back to
Commander
the dock.
Crux's ship.
I'm sorry?
Nothing. I was just saying to Commander Crux's ship.
Yep.
He leads you back to the docks. Stately galleons, sleek cutters that resemble flying fish, and warships built to look like hammerhead sharks line the docks of Bral. Why, you just came from here. Crux waves his arm towards a craft that seems, let's say, modest by comparison. The ship's sails are a patchwork of mended canvas. Its hull seems barely held together by thick vines that bend it like rope. But the most interesting feature is the full-grown tree that sprouts from the aft deck. The second wind, Crux declares pridefully. Isn't she something?
Billy Joel would approve.
Yeah.
She is something, I agree.
How does the tree grow out of the ship?
Magic.
Crux says, well, why don't you ask it?
Ask the tree.
Ask
I've done some things to some trees. I don't know if maybe they've gotten the word of these things. So I don't know if I'm comfortable with that.
Well, that's a bit rude. Come on. Sorry, I lost the ship. I lost the ship.
Look, trees are the victims of every race. Because every race has done stuff with trees that we don't want to talk about, all right?
Mhm. Imagine a world without trees.
Okay, as Crux and the characters board the vessel, where's Crux? Here's Crux.
Oh, Crux is over there. Maybe I ought to back this out a little bit. There we go.
Nice.
You see a tiefling come down from
Hmm.
the stern castle. What are you doing here? And Crux says, excuse me a moment. I'm sorry, I didn't even get y'all's names. Everyone, this is Fel Ardra.
Hysteria.
Let me show you what Fel Ardra looks like.
Mm-hmm.
See?
It looks pretty cool.
Yeah. Good.
Eventor Eisen.
She says, yeah, I don't care. What are you doing here? Crux tells her, well, these folks need help because the astral elves have attacked their world. And
Crux.
she doesn't care. Yes?
Crux, I thought you said we were going to your ship. Is this not your ship?
It is my ship. The thing is, Phil Ardra has rented my ship.
I see.
Oh. Okay.
So we need to discuss her lease payment.
All right.
Just tell you what,
Is
Phil.
anybody else a little weirded out that we're talking to a tiefling wearing heels at the moment?
Well, they're very fashionable heels.
No,
Given everything-
it's fashionable. It is. I
She
don't think
looks
I've
at you
ever
and
seen a tiefling wearing heels before. That's all.
she looks at
They
Urk
don't-
and says, what is your problem with my shoes?
Absolutely nothing. I just never seen a tiefling wear heels. That's all I'm saying.
They don't all have cloven hooves for feet.
Right.
Apparently not.
All right. Turns back to Crux. It says, okay, you can. I mean, if you want to refund my lease payment, that's one thing. But I had a job I was going on, so I think you should compensate me for my losses. Folks, give me an insight check, everyone.
Okay.
I was about to ask for one. I was like, I think she's pulling something.
Insight.
He says, I had an easy 3,000 gold riding on this job.
Yeah, I'm just staring right through her.
Yeah. I got
Dirty
nothing.
20.
15.
I'm too distracted by the booze.
I say,
Yeah.
Urk, you can. Oh, actually, I should roll one for.
That was funny. She's too distracted
Nice.
by the because Urk said it.
Yeah. Those are very nice looking shoes.
Eventor, yeah, she is frustrated. She was obviously preparing to set sail, but you think she's bluffing about the amount.
And Urk figured that out with the 15?
Urk, you could just tell that she's actually, yeah, Urk, you got that same thing.
Okay.
Crux is looking a little lost and helpless.
Crux? I,
Yeah.
I think she's lying.
No.
She
Did you
is.
just call me a liar?
Yeah, because you're lying.
Oh shit! I was gonna say something else.
You have
Perhaps
such a
a-
way with words, Eric.
Perhaps a better phrase would be exaggerating.
You come on my
It-
ship and you call me a liar.
Actually, it's his ship.
Yeah.
Until he refunds my lease payment, as far as I'm concerned, it's my ship.
I'll make you a deal. If you don't lie, I won't call you a liar.
Oh my god.
Making friends, it's what we do.
You know, I bet you go well with a side of potatoes and corn.
You can try, lady.
Crux, your friends could use some manners.
Just as a little background, Urk was raised as a hermit and is not really used to interacting with people in public.
It shows.
We can't tell at all.
And here I thought he was raised in genteel society.
Yeah, sure he was not.
I just thought you might want a reason for why he's acting that way.
Yeah.
As it is, it seems what we could
Yeah.
use most is a vessel.
She says, "Oh, you need a vessel. Who's going to fly your vessel?"
I am capable if need be.
I'm not such a bad pilot. Ben, tell him.
I've made the Kessel run.
Less
We've
than
all
12
made the
parsecs.
castle one. What's with the mask?
It is part of my robes of order.
Yeah, I don't care what that means.
Then why ask?
Oh, I cared about the mask. I just don't care about your robes of order.
This is my attire. But the main reason we need assistance is astral elves have decided to assault the world that some of these people are from.
Okay. Yeah, I heard about that.
I am curious about that. Why do they not conquer this place if they are bent on conquest?
It says they haven't tried.
I mean, are you directing that question towards anyone in particular, Aventor?
Both to the tiefling and the gif.
Crux just kind of said that I don't think it's really about conquest.
Then what is it about? Why assault a world if it is not to conquer it, if it is not to subjugate, if it is not to claim resources?
Well, from the story that you told, it sounds like they're going to destroy it.
Why would they want to destroy worlds?
They have become death.
Shiva. At least with the Illithid, I understood their assault. They conquer for slavery, they conquer for sustenance, they conquer for control. But this pure destruction seems meaningless. Why would this occur, and why would this be tolerated by any of the other wild spacefaring races?
Crux looks at you and says, why? the people on the Rock of Bral don't really care what happens to other places unless they have a specific interest there.
Monetary, no doubt.
Like
How
I
long?
told, the Astro Elves came through here before they went to your world, and they told people to avoid it.
Is there anything to how they destroyed Toril with the astral seeds? Is there anything to that particular method that might be interesting?
I don't know.
Mm.
Crux is looking just really upset.
Insight check.
Okay.
I'd like to see if I. Does he appear guilty in some way?
Are you going to make an insight check?
I am. Not a good one this time.
Yeah. I throw guidance, but I can't do it yet.
I mean, based on what you're perceiving, you don't pick up any guilt, if that's what you're looking for.
I feel like he's hiding something.
Well, we can find that out.
Commander Crux, what's the matter?
Commodore.
Yeah.
Commodore.
I just want to see if there's anything, if I can sense anything behind his words.
You sense you feel like he's telling the truth, and he really doesn't like Astro Elves. Or
Ah.
at least the ones that you're talking about.
Well, he certainly perked up in the bar as soon as we mentioned Astral Elves.
Yeah.
He absolutely did.
Yeah.
And-
Forgive me, Commander, but I was wondering if there, Commodore. I'm sorry. Is there a particular reason that you hate the Astral Elves? I mean, not that I can blame you after what we've seen of them, but I was just curious if there was a reason that you had in mind.
They destroy worlds.
Did they destroy yours?
No.
Someone you know, perhaps?
No.
Okay. All right. Fair enough.
So this is precisely my point. Why is this tolerated?
The
Because-
tiefling says, why should people care if your stupid little world is having a fight?
Because I don't think it's just going to end with them. I think they're going to keep destroying worlds until somebody stands up to them.
Clearly, this world was not the first to be assaulted. How much commerce do you think the Rock of Bral will have once there are no more worlds to trade with?
Yeah.
You're living a very short-sighted life.
Life's short.
For some.
Thank you, Ferris.
Well, for people that go up against those Astro Elves, it tends to be pretty short, pretty quick.
Sooner or later, the Rock of Bral will no longer be a haven.
I mean, they had the prince's permission to move through.
Really?
Prince's permission.
Well, yeah, prince. Stupid title. And Crux says, I mean, you are trying to stop them, right?
Absolutely.
Well, I'm
Right.
trying to help you.
I appreciate it. But, yeah.
And then he says, but I don't have the kind of gold she's asking for.
What kind of job were you going to do, if I may ask? Perhaps we can help you? We do you turn, you do us one?
The kind that you don't ask questions about.
Must be really easy to explain a plan then.
Mm.
Okay, is anyone going to try and convince her of anything?
Yeah. I mean, this is Steve just kind of started with that.
Okay.
It's like we're in negotiations. And like Evantor's been trying to convince her it's a bad idea to let astral elves just destroy whatever the hell they want.
Yeah,
And
I'll give you this one for free. She doesn't care about
she
that.
obviously does not care.
Be right back.
And I'm trying to make her see like that's a dumb point of view.
I'm kind of curious as to how much loot do you think an astral elf ship might have?
Oh, I bet they're loaded with loot.
Mm. Yeah.
We
No,
still
could-
haven't determined what it is that they're doing. Like they are they like pirates that are going around trying to loot things, or do they have some ulterior motive?
That's the crazy thing. Like they don't even appear to be looting. They're just out to
then
destroy
Grill.
Are they?
I guess our next step is to investigate what they're doing and why.
Are they making room for a galactic superhighway, and our planet was in the way? It doesn't make sense.
I really wonder. I mean, of all the ways to destroy a planet, why did they choose that particular method? That makes the planet useless to them.
Well, that means we need to go and find out, and that means that we have to go into astral elf space and see what they're planning.
I would also. I don't know how we could do this, or if it's even possible, but I am curious why Prince Elon or whatever his name is.
Elon.
Elon of the Musk clan.
That's the name I got written down.
He's the Prince of X.
Yeah.
Soon to be king of Mars.
I would like to know why he gave them permission to do what they're doing.
It could be because he's concerned like he can't stop them anyway.
Yeah, it's probably something like that.
Or it could
like
be
they
that
won't touch the Rock of Bral if
No.
he allows them to do it or something.
No.
It could be, it's like the Rock of Bral is a useful port to have. And they have said that they think they've left spies behind, so they definitely look at this as a place of potential information gathering. And perhaps Prince Elon got paid off in some way. Whether it be treasure or a favor.
If they're so powerful, why are they so concerned with what the people on the rock are doing?
Why are they so concerned with Torel and period,
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. The only place we can go is straight to the source.
We're definitely going to have to Shanghai us an astral elf ship and start to get to the bottom of things.
Yeah, that would be a good start.
Come here.
So they're loaded with loot. Who's to say, if an enterprising person could take advantage of that?
Question is how we're going to do it on this little rig. It is not a fighting vessel, that's for sure.
You mean Prince Elon's getting a piece of the action? Cut of it?
No, I was thinking that our gift friend and his captain here could take a share if they help us out.
Ah, I see.
Yeah, that was Steve's whole thing. Is like, okay, maybe we can do a little work trade. You get us where we need to go. We help you with your thing. Like, if you keep helping us, hey, we'll share the spoils. Of course, she's probably going to say, like, are you insane? You're going to try and nab an astral elf ship? That's crazy. They kill everybody they come across.
Yeah. Well, that's why we're going on the ship. You just have to get us there.
I gotta tell you, Urk has no interest in storing up riches.
The only
just-
reason Inventor ever needs riches is to
Yeah.
do the typical wizard things.
Yeah. Um, I'm kind of used to sort of always having money. It was never something that I ever worried about. But it seems like now we're going to need some if we're going to get our own ship and have our own mobility. Otherwise, we're going to be at the mercy of other captains.
I just meant like as far as sharing giving them a piece of what we find. I don't care. I'd like
Mhm.
enough to cover our expenses, but I'm eventually going to be going home. That is my plan, and I don't need money where I'm going.
Okay. We need a ship for that. That's the thing.
Yeah, Urk is a simple man who lives a simple life.
Yes, sir.
He does not need all the trappings and extravagance of grand wealth.
Mm.
I was very determined.
Trappings is the right word. It is very much a trap, and I can say that
Can't
having
help-
lived that kind of life for a long time.
I can't help but think of that scene in Conan where he falls into his bowl of gruel. It's like, wealth can test the metal of a man as equally as steel.
Yeah, just ask Richard B. Riddick.
Yeah. Made me soft.
Mm.
Gotta get back to the primal.
And I did like Riddick's his introduction to the antique guy in Pitch Black. The guy's like
Mhm.
introducing himself. He's like, Richard B. Riddick, murderer.
Yes.
He'd fit in very well on the Rock of Bral.
Yeah, he would.
It couldn't, that's for sure.
I gotta ask, how'd you get that thing done with your eyes?
Got to kill a few people first.
Oh, well, I should be.
A shiner in prison.
Yeah. Then you got to get thrown into a slam where they tell you you'll never see sunlight again.
Let's find
Okay, I'm out.
an astral elf vessel and play who's the better killer.
Yeah. And then kill him with a teacup.
That is.
Yeah.
What's the
Cheesy
tiefling's
ass
name?
movie. Some brilliant scenes. I'm sorry. The tiefling's name was Fel Ardra.
Belardra.
First name Fel, last name Ardra.
Fel Ardra of the Heels.
Mm-hmm.
She looks at Urk and says, I don't know what your fascination is, but I can tell you where to buy them if you'd like to get your own. 'Cause it seems like you're pretty obsessed.
I'm just
Cap-
having fun.
You need to meet more tieflings.
You have a prescribed job you wish to accomplish, yes.
I mean, I'm more concerned about the money than the actual job. This isn't some debt of honor. It's just trying to get some gold, you know?
Fortune and glory, kid.
And I had the ship leased for another couple of weeks.
Well, we are not flush with funds, and yet we could perhaps, as Asteria here has suggested, pay our way via service.
So where are you taking the ship?
We need to find out what the astral elves are about and how to stop them. To that end, we will have to seek them out.
I
And
kinda looked
you're
to the
going to
com-
run the helm.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear that last part.
And you're going to run the helm.
If need be. But Sure, you have somebody here who is already in that position, yes?
That'd be me.
What do you know of the astral elves other than that they are exceedingly dangerous?
What do I know about them?
Yes. Where one might
They're
find them.
They're an army. They're from Xaryxis.
Xaryxis.
Hmm. Yeah.
If we can find a way to take some captive and get to the bottom of what this is all about. Is there a place they like to congregate outside of Xaryxis? Or do you know
No.
their shipping lanes, as it were?
Crux says, "Excuse me, Aventor. You're not gonna get through this taking them on head on. I know there's an old shipmate of mine who's been trying to put together an alliance. I was thinking I would take you to him."
Okay.
All right.
We would
If you think that is
Thank
what's
you.
best, Commodore Crux.
Yep. Sure should.
Think on what's been said, though, Captain Philardra. What is to stop the astral elves? You may pretend not to care about the goings-on outside of your own crew and vessel. But the universe, despite its apparent endlessness, is smaller than one might think. Eventually, the world finds its way to everyone. No matter how far you run.
All right, Aventor, give me a persuasion check.
Ooh.
Urk actually found that speech rather comforting. His home doesn't feel so far away.
Persuasion is not something I have as a base skill.
Yeah.
You're such a charmer, though.
All right, Aventor, she says, I'll give you this. That was a nice try. The universe that you're so concerned about runs on the complex interweaving of three forces: matter, energy, and enlightened self-interest.
Mhm.
If you want the ship, you can buy out my contract and compensate my losses.
Regrettably, that is something that I cannot do.
All right.
Maybe there's a way to get the money, but well, I'm not saying any of this out loud, by the way.
Which is why we had offered to assist you. But it seems we will have to enrich ourselves.
Yeah.
So that you might enrich yourself in your own enlightened self-interest.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't really need a bunch of grounders. I'll tell you what.
He just kind of looks down at my feet hovering off the ground.
Huh?
Aventor is just as much of a weirdo dick as Urk is, but he's scary, so he gets away with it.
Creepy guy in the black outfit with a weird black sphere.
Yep.
It's better to have more than one person available for the helm. Wouldn't you agree?
Of course.
So I'll ride along on your little suicide mission. I get 25% of any treasure we find until I'm paid in full. And if we don't find, then you owe me when we get back.
Acceptable.
Quick question: if we don't know for sure how we're gonna, I'm saying this all quietly. If we don't know for sure how we're gonna get the money to begin with, how are we gonna come up with it when we don't have it at the end?
One pays one debts how one must, one way or another.
Okay.
I would suspect that as the captain of the vessel would require us to crew with her for a period of time until said debt is paid.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, I have said this is acceptable, but I do not hold any of you to my standard. So, if this debt is incurred, I'm prepared to take it on myself.
Thrycreen comes down from the stern castle. What is going on down here? Hey, Commodore, you're back. Crux says, "Oh, everyone, this is Master Flinch. He's my first mate. He's been running with Fel while she's been leasing the ship."
Yeah.
Well,
Flinch looks at you all
I mean,
and says,
the other
"Oh,
option is
wow, grounders. Y'all could really use some work on those wardrobes. Not you." And he looks at Aventor. Says, "You have that whole weird future dystopia thing going on.
at last, some
But-
recognition.
The rest of you could really use a tailor. And Commodore, what have you let happen to your coat?" And that tiefling just shakes her head. You can tell she's used to that.
Hey, you broke up a bit there, Greg.
Oh, I'm sorry. The tiefling just shakes her head. You can tell she's used to Flinch being this way.
So does the Commodore look a little rough around the edges?
He looks a little weathered.
he's a military man.
And y'all
Is he
did
though?
find it in a bar in his cups.
Yeah. I don't know. He doesn't strike me as like the typical bombastic shoot first and ask questions later sort of gif. He's surprisingly, dare I say, timid in a lot of ways. It doesn't sound like he's making the most out of all this. He could be doing
I
a
don't
little
think
bit
you
better.
don't become a Commodore by rushing in headlong in every fight. So.
I mean, he did tell you directly that he didn't have 1,000 gold to compensate Fel Ardra, so he was a little put out by the situation.
In fact, like, you know, the thing that he calls himself a Commodore, so a Commodore is the commander of a fleet of vessels, and he clearly only has this one to lease. So he's not quite the Commodore he claims to be.
Which Urk would have totally said if he knew that.
Yeah. Yes, he would have. Commodore Crux.
Yes.
Let me put to it. You share no love for the astral elves. You seem to appreciate what they are doing is a senseless act.
It's evil.
Agreed. How can we help you to help us?
I'll feel better discussing that once we've cast off.
Well then, Captain Valandra, we have an accord, you and I. Shall we make sail?
Felodger just kind of nods to Crux and says, well, on the terms of our accord, I return command of the ship to the Commodore. But I did agree to man the helm, so... Where are we going, Tubbs?
Tubbs. Well, Commodore, I
He
believe
walks.
you...
He just says, just get us away from here and I'll tell you. I told you the Astral Elves have spies on the Rock of Bral. We just need to get some distance.
All right, just out of curiosity, would Eventor know if astral elves are telepathic? I personally don't even know if they're telepathic as a meta knowledge.
No, they're not.
I don't think Eventor would have any reason to suspect them of being telepathic.
Okay, because like he's playing so cagey with this, I'm like worried. I was like, okay, how do you think somebody's spying on us, magically or psionically? Because there's so much psionics that goes on in Wild Space.
Yeah, no, they're not inherently telepathic like that.
And is there anything that distinguishes astral elves from other elves?
I mean, there are some things, yeah. There is some feature definition. They have some abilities that terrestrial elves don't have.
I'm talking about basically as far as like features. I want to take a look around and see if like anybody who is crewing this vessel appears to be part or fully astral elf.
No.
All right.
Hold on, I'm just trying
That didn't
to...
come for some reason, Jen. Still didn't hear it. Are you muted?
She is now. Now she's not.
Yeah, astral elves are more. It's more that they have teleportation abilities. They have some magic inherent, things like that. They're long lived because they live out in the astral plane.
Hey, Jen, why don't you say something?
Felodger just nods and says, well...
Hey, Captain, how do you know there's no spies on this ship?
There we go. Heard that.
Because you're looking at everyone on board, miss. I didn't lease a crew to Felodger except for Master Flinch there.
I'll nod my head.
Although, he walks up to the stern. He says, excuse me a moment. Felodger, get us out of here. And he walks up the stairs to the stern castle, where the tree is.
Follow him up to the tree?
Certainly, Ark. This would be an excellent time for you to pose your question to the tree.
Sure. I mean, if you're going to follow him. Hold on.
Yeah.
Yeah, why not?
We'll follow him.
What's going on? I didn't see it. Okay, there he goes. There goes the token. Oh, it did light up. zoom out a bit. See where he went.
It's Treebeard.
Crux, as you guys are following up the stairs, he says, "This is what we call a living ship. And this is Starbo. Starbo is the treant that lives aboard my ship.
Pleasure.
That way we have air. We don't have to worry about replenishing on long voyages."
Wow. That's
Yeah, I
pretty
was wondering if
cool.
it was something like that.
Sorry, Evantor, I didn't realize I hadn't put you up there.
I was
So
wondering where.
Yeah, Crux says, I don't know how familiar y'all are with spell jamming, but most ships only have the air that they have. And then it runs out, turns foul, and you have to find a place with fresh air to refresh it. Living ships like mine, we have a treant. He doesn't really care what we do, as long as no one's hurting the ship. And we have air.
I've heard of
I
such.
see why they call it the
vessels, but
second wind.
That's part of it, yeah.
I've heard of such vessels, but I've never had the pleasure of being on one before. Oh, speaking of which, is Nyx coming along?
Thought I saw him. in
He's
there.
not. Oh, did I lose? Yeah, he's here.
Yeah, he's there. Yeah, he's there. Yeah.
Yeah. I thought he was going to go back with Elena. He's along for the ride, though, huh? All right.
Cool. Awesome.
Yep.
Can't get rid of the little smartass.
Well, he's so fascinated by your personality.
Well, he did say we have big balls, so there's that.
And you cannot lie.
Well, speaking of big balls, actually, no. Y'all notice that the roots of the treant actually are woven into the deck of the ship. So, like, this treant's not going anywhere.
Right,
and there are several large catapult stones just laying about.
Oh, he is the catapult.
Did Evantor say that out loud?
No, I didn't use my Inventor voice.
Okay. I was just asking.
Evan doesn't laugh.
I do see a ballista.
The treant is really just ignoring y'all.
Okay, it's fine.
Yep, he's just providing air. Was Art going to ask him his question?
Yeah.
No, it
I
seems
guess
pretty
not.
obvious he's grown into the ship.
Yeah. My question is, where does he get water from?
Oh, I get it. Do we pee on it?
Not that kind of water.
Oh.
You hear a very deep, rumbly voice say, "I will throw you off this ship."
All right. Sorry, we've been no offense.
Where do you get water?
That's a fair question. Only on our world there's water plenty.
Inventor's kind of walking around studying.
The treant just kind of looks. I don't really require much. When I do, someone brings it to me.
No. Yeah, that would work.
Crux says, Starbo is the ship, if you hadn't noticed.
Yeah.
So she takes it personally when anyone damages her. She also repairs her, which is nice. And in return, we try and take good care of her. Most of the time, she doesn't really care what we're doing.
So it's not okay to pee anywhere on the ship?
Please don't.
There's that pet. Most civilized creatures go there.
Ah. I would get worried.
You just
What is
get
wrong
off
with
the
you?
side and let it fly into space.
And Nix just laughs and says, y'all might want to be more careful with the head on this ship than you were on the Lucian Edict. And Crux is just looking at you like, what's he talking about?
Do you want to take this one?
We were aboard a nautiloid, rooting out aberrations, destroying them one by one. It was best not to take chances. I used my powers to destroy an entranceway, which unfortunately turned out to be the Illithid privy.
Mm-hmm.
On the plus side, we discovered Elvis.
The Treant just says, I would prefer you not blow up any parts of my ship.
But of course not. You are not filled with aberrations, for one thing, nor are you hostile. In fact, we are grateful for your presence.
Finally, some appreciation.
Indeed, it would be very not to have to dip into a sphere to recharge the atmosphere, clinging to this vessel.
Crux says, okay, well, now that we're away, he looks at the Treant. Starbo, is there anyone else on board? Just Flinch and that weird tiefling. All right. He says, we're going to another sphere. I'm taking you to Doom Space. I have an old shipmate there who's been gathering a coalition to, as you note, make a stand against Xaryxis.
All right.
Unfortunately, don't really know Doom Space, so we're going to a friend of mine named Tapala. She's a cartographer.
All right.
I'm sure she'll have a map of Doom Space.
Is there a law in Doom Space that you have to be happy?
He says, I'm sorry.
I that totally wasn't Urk. I was just talking shit.
Okay. He says, all right.
I had to make a Doctor Doom reference when you say Doom Space. I mean, come on.
Be happy.
Mm-hmm.
There's also no war in Ba Sing Se.
Yeah. Trust the computer.
Crux says, well, if you'll excuse me, I need to go let Fellarger know where we're going.
All right. Sounds good.
You can
I want to go with. I'll follow along
Someone
with
said
him.
they wanted to go with him.
Yeah, that's me.
Flinch just kind of cocks his head and says, he went to the bridge. It's aft. I mean, here, Aventor, I'll just take you where he is.
Yeah.
Would that be down the stairs?
Yep. me just put you guys back down. And you're starting to pick up speed. The ship changes direction. You would assume that he told Felardra where you were headed or where to head.
All right.
And
The black. I don't. Maybe the lighting isn't on my screen or something.
Mm-hmm.
oh, that's very weird.
Yeah.
That you still have lighting up top, but not where I put you.
Maybe he's off the ship map.
There it is.
Oh. Yeah.
It's working now.
Yeah, I can see you just fine.
The bridge is through the door. Let me hold on. I'm gonna do something about some of this lighting. There.
Commodore Crux, you seem to be particularly cautious when it comes to the asteroid. Oh,
Well, yeah, they're dangerous.
indeed. But even though there was nobody else aboard this vessel than us, you still refused to speak until we had cast off.
I'm sure they had spies in the city. We were leaving anyway. I figured it was safer if we weren't there.
I agree, but still, you are extraordinarily cautious.
That's fair.
This alliance that's being put together, how strong is it currently?
Well, that's what we'll find out. At a sending stone. Sorry. Crux says we're looking for, or we're going to find Warwick Blastimov. He's my shipmate. We were keeping in touch with sending stones, but I lost mine about a week ago.
How unfortunate.
A bit. He said at the time that there was a captain there and a few others that were gathering in Doom space because it was out of the way, really.
I'd like to do an insight check on the good Commodore.
Sure.
Did he lose it or did he lose it?
Dean. No. Lay down. No, you said. No.
Give me an insight check.
No.
In there.
I know you need to go, buddy. I can't take you. Cannot take you. No.
Well,
cannot. Sorry, my
he was
dog's
literally
bothering me.
Sorry, Steve. He was literally patting his pockets when he said it. You get the impression that he genuinely lost it.
Okay.
Hey,
I'm beginning to wonder if maybe he gambled it away.
I don't know that I speak for everyone, but if you got to take your dog out, take your damn dog out.
Yeah.
We can just wait. There's no need.
Yeah.
There's no need for that.
Sorry, if you need to take the dog out, we can just chill for a few minutes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that sounds good. Okay. Get back
Okay.
Okay.
So, go Army.
I do think the idea of the living ship in here was pretty cool.
I like it, and I'd forgotten about this because Spelljammer was a very long time ago. But in my own pirate campaign that Jennifer's a part of, the ship they've been on is a living ship, but it's a earthbound vessel. It's sailing on the sea. They discovered a little while back that it's an actual living ship and considered by the crew a part of the crew,
Cool.
which really came in handy once they found that out, because at an appropriately epic moment, Jennifer had a side character that I brought in from another game just to they needed an artificer to help work on a ship, so it's like I brought in your high ranking artificer, she's up here, she can do like some minor things in the background, and she cast heal on the ship as the ship was being destroyed, which allowed them to make it through the encounter.
Maybe I'm just an old Trekkie, but having living ships that you are aboard generally turns out bad. Once they
Often.
become sentient and aware, all of a sudden you give it commands and they'll give you a Spock. I didn't want to, Captain.
I mean, in a way, but at the same time, the treant is there, so if it had a problem with it, it would say so.
Right?
You gotta watch some Farscape, man. Moya.
Yeah.
There's a good ship.
Never watched Farscape.
Or some Red Dwarf.
Never
No.
watched Red Dwarf or Babylon 5.
Oh,
What? But it's cold outside. There's no kind of atmosphere.
I don't get it.
It's the Red Dwarf thing.
Oh.
yeah.
The show is just funny. Red
It
Dwarf
is.
is.
It's a spoof of all the space operas you've ever watched.
Yeah. I haven't watched all of the seasons of it that they made, but I watched several of the first seasons of the early seasons.
Mm-hmm.
I had somebody that tried to get me to watch that and also something called Red versus Blue.
Oh, dude, Red versus Blue is amazing.
Yeah,
Like the first 5 seasons are really all you need to watch, but that's where they develop the whole machinima style of making things by using the video games and recording, and then they record their own voiceovers, and it's hilarious.
And as far as not having seen Babylon 5, I mean, it's not as funny, of course, but Babylon 5 is pretty awesome.
Yeah. Put J. Michael Strykansky on the map.
Yep.
I've heard good things about it, but I don't know. This might sound stupid, but after watching Deep Space Nine, I'm like, okay, I know what it's like aboard a space station.
I mean,
I
there
didn't
were
feel
a
like
lot
I
of,
needed a rehash of that.
there were obvious comparisons, but
Yeah.
they're very different shows.
Well, I think Babylon 5 is on Max, isn't it?
I believe so.
I think it's also on Plex.
Oh, come on.
I
you
know
can't
it-
see the Scarecrow in space.
Scarecrow, Mrs. King in space. Just because that's Tron. Tron's the commander.
Ah.
Well, not in the first season.
Not in the first season.
First season was Sinclair.
Yeah.
You know what I want to see really bad, and have just never freaking had the time to see it when it was on, is Battlestar Galactica. I've only watched the first part of it, the little 3-part mini-series thing or whatever,
Oh.
and then some of the first season. And then I always end up getting busy doing something else, and I don't come back to it. And now it's not on Peacock anymore, so I can't watch it.
It was really, really good, but it got weirdly metaphysical along the way, which I can see from the original series where they were drawing that from, but they took that to a whole other level.
Yeah, I'm one of those that wasn't the biggest fan of the ending of the rebooted Battlestar Galactica, but some of it was just brilliant.
Mm-hmm.
And there are people who really like the ending. I just,
I'm with you on that. Like, the ending was a bit lackluster compared to where I thought it was going to go.
yeah, compared to how it began. I mean, and at one point they were literally throwing darts to determine major plot points. They admitted it. So,
It
but,
definitely has
Yeah.
its highs and its lows.
yeah.
Richard Hatch got such a great turn
All
when
right.
he came to the show for a while.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And
Yeah,
of
Dean
course-
was just being a problem. So I think he's okay now.
It's called having to go to the bathroom, man. It'll be
I
okay.
know. I know, but it's like I took him like right before we started, and I'm just like, why are you biting me now?
Well, apparently, if you're Irk, you just go wherever.
That's
Yeah,
right.
like on the ship.
That's what
Hey, I
bugs
offered
do.
to pee
Eric
on the
Hooker
tree to
droppers.
help, okay?
Yeah.
And I pooped because I saw a beholder. What do you want me to do?
I don't know, potty train?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
All right.
Getting back in. Well, since inventory, you're there with Crux and Felardra.
Mhm.
And Felardra says, y'all might want to take a look outside.
All right.
Okay.
Immediately rush
Like
down the stairs.
aft. Closing in from behind is a gigantic bioluminescent jellyfish-like creature. It's a few hundred feet away and closing in. You can feel your ship kind of slow.
Oh,
Felardra
it's flat.
yells out, I'm trying, but it's fast. And standing inside the glassy dome of the jellyfish-like creature that I'm trying to find you a picture of is something I have a picture of, so I'll show you. Is a flamboyantly dressed creature. Oh, come on.
When you say flamboyantly, do you mean like the birdcage?
La Caja Falls.
Madonna. No, I mean like this.
Ah.
Oh boy. Fish people in space now.
Yeah.
So
That's a
what
fish
I
person?
need is initiative.
First two.
Okay.
Here we go. Click on my guy here.
Don't say that on live, Jeff. It doesn't sound good.
Well, let me click on my guy.
Of course you do.
That's probably the least offensive thing I've said.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's not great.
Yeah, none of our initiatives is that hot.
Nope. Not our best series of rolls.
I think we're all gonna be at the bottom of this one.
I usually am
Or-
for some reason.
Yeah. I'm used to having an advantage with Bjorn. I almost rolled again. I was like, oh shit, nope.
Yeah, same with me and Elithria.
Well, you are a bit younger.
Yep. For sure. About 10 levels.
Yeah.
I'm actually of a vast age, but temporal shenanigans have put me back a step.
Wibbly wobbly, timey wimey.
It's not the
Precisely.
age, it's the mileage.
Right.
Oh, it's not the years, it's the mileage. I said it wrong.
Oh wow. Nobody's rolling initiative well.
No.
That was my second indie reference of the night, and Steve is not giving me any points.
Yeah. Oh, I got it. That was worth points.
Wow. Crux is jamming on some initiative.
Yeah.
Mm,
You know it's bad when your initiative roll turns out red.
yep.
I really like that feature on Roll20. It adds a little bit of extra drama to it, you know, when it's green or it's red or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We got lucky on that.
Sorry, bear with me. Roll20 is dragging.
Roll20 is Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah.
Yep, bad jokes. I'm here all week. Tip your waitresses.
And Mike, I discovered something rather interesting that I hadn't noticed before. While listening to the playback of last episode so I could do the recap, I put it on like double speed, right? Well,
Right.
one thing, we always get tickled by your laugh at high speed. It's always funny.
Right.
Because you're like, ha! You know, it just kind of blasts out there. But I noticed when I do my Evantor voice at high speed, he sounds like Captain Kirk. I'm like, so this is what we are going to do. It's like he's
That's kind of appropriate.
like if you speed it up, it sounds like William Shatner delivering a Captain Kirk line.
So it's Spock trying to sound like Kirk.
Yeah, it's like, we have got to stop the astral elves from destroying Tor. Yeah, go and find me talking somewhere and like play it at double speed, and you'll laugh. You will definitely laugh.
I like how Steve described it. That was Spock trying to do a Kirk.
Mhm.
I love that. That's a great description.
Yeah, Steve nailed that one.
All right, everyone. Where'd he go? Where'd he go? There he is. A magical doorway appears on the main deck of the ship. The flamboyantly dressed figure steps through it, brandishing a trident, and the doorway closes behind them. Where?
It's right next to me.
And sparkling light surrounds the figure. Heading to Topola's Tower, are we? I don't think so. My friends in the Xaryxian Empire don't want you meddling in their affairs anymore. But forgive me, I haven't introduced myself. My name is Hastane. When the elves came looking for a suitable world to nourish their dying star, I suggested yours. It isn't every day I get to witness the destruction of a planet. I promise it will end beautifully, even if you're not alive to see it.
Oh, this guy thinks he's some sort of artiste.
Yeah, it would seem so.
Well, he said he was a stain.
I don't know.
Well, I
what
have
they're talking
definitely a
about. I like
stain.
it.
I have nothing but disdain for Estain. He's more like a stain in my underdrawers.
Yeah.
He snaps it. The creature snaps their fingers, and another one of them appears.
Oh no, that's a neat trick.
And since it appeared there, it is going after Eventor.
He recognizes the most dangerous among us, clearly.
I gotta say, that gets old after a while.
Mhm.
All right, everyone, I need a wisdom save.
Wisdom
Ooh,
save.
every.
Yeah, hopefully our wisdom saves today will be better than last week's.
The
Right?
new one that appeared just looks at all of you and says, kneel.
Oh, son of a bitch. I am on my knees.
Begging you, please.
Damn, you are kneeling.
Everybody just drops their knees. Blam!
Right?
Who appointed you General Zod?
Kneel before Zod.
Nice. Nice.
Kneel, son of Jor-El.
And then one day you're heirs.
That's right. That's right.
Let's see.
I kind of like the Batman versus Superman Zod, but he doesn't deliver the speeches like the Superman 2 Zod.
I like Terrence Stamp a lot better.
Yeah.
Yeah, Terrence Stamp has a lot of gravitas. Now, I like Michael Sheehan quite a bit,
Right.
but it's just a very different style of character. Although I do wonder that if Terrence Stamp Zod, if he defeats Superman, he's just going to end up bored again in a couple of weeks.
Right.
Mhm.
Like, will he secretly break him out so they can fight again? It's like, oh, geez, I really need a challenge. Like this world was too easy to conquer when there's 3 super people running around.
My guess is they would eventually start fighting with each other. Particularly, I think what was the woman's name? The Kryptonian.
Ursa.
I think particularly Ursa would have challenged Zod at some point.
Yeah.
And she would have probably convinced Nod to help her out, and then she would have backstabbed the hell out of Nod.
Yeah.
Yep.
Probably. All right, y'all kneel. Crux takes out a musket. I hate muskets in D&D, but they're gifts, so. And takes a
Pounding
shot
on the barrel. He starts pounding in the breast.
at the original dude and hits him. Erk, you can give me another wisdom save.
Okay.
Oh, man, continuous command? What?
No, I'm giving you a chance to break it.
Oh, fuck me in the goat ass. I got 5.
Oh, oh no. Maybe you should
Eventor,
try another pass.
Erk, you just continue to kneel.
Okay.
Eventor, you can give me a wisdom save.
Maybe you should say fuck me in the Timora ass. That might suit you better. Wait,
That's not the Adam Sandler quote, though.
Oh,
The Adam Sandler quote is
First one was
fuck me in the
21,
goat
so.
ass.
okay, that was a lot of rolls, but the first one saved. So, Eventor, you can rise.
yeah, what happens is it's like sometimes this mouse just double clicks. So,
Nah, it's no problem.
yeah. All right.
Are you over there double clicking your mouse?
Well, you didn't want me to double click somebody else, so,
Oh, okay. Okay.
you can't love somebody else until you love yourself.
I had to pull the apple.
Stain
pie
definitely
quote there,
loves
sorry.
himself.
I bet he does.
And that's my entire turn, right? Just breaking free?
Yep,
Okay.
Asteria.
All right, let's see if we can break free. I want to break free.
Come on.
I'm re-rolling that. I'm
Oh
using
my
inspiration.
fucking god! I totally
Inspiro-
forgot I had inspiration. Damn it.
I actually, yeah, and I have favorite. Yeah, on top of that, I have favorite of the gods, don't I? Let me try that. Get that. Oh, give me a break. All right, inspiration.
Hey, Jen, do you remember that you have inspiration for like 4 games from when you did the pot thing with Jeff? The plant?
Well, that's Nemesis'
Oh, come
game.
on!
Yeah, I know.
Oh.
I'm just making sure she remembers she still
What
has
is with
4
my
of
wisdom
those.
saves? Seriously.
She
Yeah,
got
see?
inspiration from something last week, didn't she?
I don't know.
I
Yeah,
don't
what-
I
remember.
don't
Probably.
Embarrassing her husband or something, maybe?
remember.
Yeah, I think. Oh, yeah, it was.
Um,
Yeah, it was. Yeah,
Well,
I
Steve,
forget exactly
like-
what it was, but I do remember that.
This is 2
D,
sessions
you
in a
can
row.
attempt a wisdom save if you want to stop kneeling.
Okay.
Inspiration scored for well-timed pop culture references and burning Jeff.
Do I need that, or should I roll a guidance as well?
That's not enough. You
However-
can
Can
decide,
Bronx, can Bronx
you can
attack
decide if you
somebody
want
else?
to burn your inspiration or not.
Well, let me try to do guidance first.
You can't do the guidance on this.
Not on a save.
Yeah, not on this.
Then I won't. I'll reroll for the inspiration. Let's try that again.
Good God.
Oh my-
no.
What is
Oh,
with my wisdom
Lord.
saves?
Oh my
Bless
god,
you.
what is with all the single digits?
Since Bronx is a construct, can he attack?
No,
Okay.
because you don't want to will him to attack. You just want to kneel.
Okay.
Hmm.
Will it to me, Riggs?
Starbo's not going to throw anything at herself. Nix is like, what is wrong with you people? He's stabby.
Well, of course he didn't kneel. He's already close enough to the ground.
Nice. And that's,
I don't know if I've told you this, but making short jokes is kind of a Nunley family tradition.
please
At
break
least
his
it has been since
concentration.
I was a kid.
Next game, I got to play one of my smart-ass characters, so you guys can enjoy that.
We got kind of mean with it, actually. We had my aunt was short and overweight, and we called her low fat.
Oh, damn. Nick's got a hell of a stab in.
Oh,
Awesome.
that's so funny though. That's mean, but it's funny.
Please
Oh,
break his
shit.
concentration.
But the one that Nix is stabbing isn't the one that casts a spell.
Oh, damn it. Yeah.
And we go back to the top, and it's their turn.
All I get from you people is bow, kneel, yield.
Hold on. Shit. You all feel the entire ship just jerk to a halt.
Oh, shit.
Are there tentacles
That-
grasping?
Just checking. I want to make sure I'm understanding this correctly. When we were slowing down or stopping before on the other ship, we couldn't feel it at all. The fact that we just felt this thing come to a jerking halt is definitely a signal of something. Is that not
Yeah.
correct?
Yes,
Okay.
it is definitely a single signal of something.
Okay.
Aventor, you can't really see very well, but just to tell you, no, it's not about tentacles yet, although there are tentacles reaching out for the ship. Oh,
Oh,
a
shit.
larger major save. That's good. but your helm's still been disabled. That's bad.
That is bad.
This one takes his trident in two hands and stabs back at Nyx. And hits Nyx twice.
Ouch.
Youch.
Oh, and
Oh,
decent damage.
damn.
Too. Shit.
That hurt.
That really hurt.
Hmm.
Nyx has got us trident hooking through his chest.
Oh my god.
And this one is attempting to do the same thing to Aventor.
Oh no, you didn't.
Aventor, what's your AC?
Lower than that.
Then both of them?
Oh yeah, 15.
You take, hold on, 15. It was piercing, and then you could feel force damage as well.
Ouch.
That didn't do it right. It's supposed to. Huh. Piercing and force damage.
Yep.
That's very interesting. There we go.
Crux is going to attempt with his musket again.
I'm curious, does that remind me of what I've seen Urk doing?
No.
Okay, I thought this dude might have been a Horizon Walker.
Not that you can tell. Okay, Crux missed with his musket. Ardra is out of commission right now. He can attempt a wisdom save. Y'all hear cursing coming from the bridge where Ardra is.
Mm.
Y'all hear cursing from Urk.
I have no
I
doubt.
got a 10. So I guess I'm still on my knees.
Mm.
You are. You want nothing more than to kneel to this flamboyantly dressed buffoon. who, in case you didn't notice, is also wearing heels, Urk. Maybe that's why you're kneeling.
It's the
Just taking a
allure of
closer
the
look.
Yep,
Urk got a kink.
Aventor.
Yeah, this jabroni right here is gonna have to get out of my face. But I'm at disadvantage if I use that up close. All right, so we'll do it this way. Bonus action, Misty Step. I will pop over here. And then Eldritch Blast. Actually, let's teleport over here. Well, Eldritch Blast because I want to try and knock them off the ship. But here we go.
Just picture like a latrine door in your mind.
Precisely. Ooh, those are both good rolls.
Damn,
Okay,
Mhm.
those hit.
you were picturing the latrine. I knew it.
All right, 11 points of force damage, and they will be propelled 20 feet.
In which direction?
Yeah, direct
Sure.
line away from me, so that's going to be kind of like this away.
You were going for the one in this one?
Yep. The one has been spelling me.
Okay. He's just floating off the starboard side of the ship.
And then I will take my actual movement and get behind an object to break line of sight from that other jabroni over there.
Okay. Asteria.
All right. I need to break my wisdom. I need to break the hold. So let's try that.
But ain't nobody gonna break your stride.
Yeah. Nobody's gonna
Nobody's-
hold me down. Oh, come on. Oh, what is wrong with my wisdom saves?
No, the curse of the wisdom saves keeps going.
Okay. Urk is too busy looking at Justine's boots. He is kneeling, Asteria is kneeling. But Eventor, you see the treant pick up a rock and wing it behind the ship.
Yes. That's what I was thinking.
And oh, you see the treant throw two stones. Actually, you hear one crash, and the other you hear nothing.
Yeah, this would be a great for a sarcastic character like, it's a giant friggin' jellyfish and you can't hit it.
I can't turn my head.
But fortunately, I'm
Dumbass.
not a sarcastic character, so that's all just flavor. What if
D,
buddy?
you can attempt your wisdom save.
Come on, D.
14.
Nope.
Did you make it, Dee? No, I didn't, Dee.
No.
You didn't.
I'll just let y'all know the DC on this save is 15 at this point.
So close.
Nyx.
Mm.
Whoops. Sorry, that was just a mistake. Nyx is not going to attempt that when he's that close. He's just going to try with the rapier again. Actually, he switches to a dagger.
Nice.
Oh, yeah, nice.
Oh, damn.
Damn. Ooh, and a dagger of venom, too.
Does that add a poison condition or something?
Yep.
It would have if
2D,
it.
2d10 extra poison damage.
Yeah, but it
2d10?
saved on his. He saved on his.
Damn.
He saved against
Hmm.
poison though.
Darn.
Mm.
He made his
2d10?
constitution.
Seriously?
Yeah.
That is so huge.
It's only good for
Yeah.
once a day, but it's a nice thing to have in your back pocket.
I guess. God damn.
So he
Well-
did the piercing, but not the poison.
And that's the other benefit, like being able to give somebody the poison condition with it.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That Some like I could do if I ever take Mercy Monk.
Mhm.
I still have not decided yet, but
Steve, the ultimate multi-class player.
yeah,
And then, as his bonus action, he's going to disengage and go over here.
yeah, that's probably a good idea. Oh, so he's got levels in Rogue. Interesting.
Yes, he does, actually.
He's got some crazy abilities, that's for sure.
I'm very good at matching Rogue with things, even for NPCs.
Mm. Rogue
Turns
is
out,
always.
Assassin is a good mix with a College of Whispers bard.
Yes, it is.
Mm.
Yep.
Ooh.
Sneak attack, and damage from psionic daggers. Really good.
Mm.
He is
Psionic
going after
daggers,
the Commodore.
Yeah. Yeah, College of Whispers bards can basically like smite with psychic daggers.
They can use their bardic inspiration to
Yeah.
deal extra weapon damage that's psychic.
Yep.
Yep. It's a really good mix. May actually have to play it someday.
I was about to tell you something I think is even better, but like, do I dare now? Might it be used against us?
Mm-hmm.
Because I've got a nasty assassin multi-class that I have set up as an NPC enemy who's like a one-hit kill monster. But after that, he kind of needs to run away.
Okay, he just stabbed Crux a few times with his trident. He's nasty with that trident.
Hmm.
Hey, Steve, is there a way you can email me that new monk thing?
Yeah, I can send you that.
Okay.
If you go to like the Wizards of the Coast, it should be
Yeah.
on the website. You can play test.
Is
You
Yeah.
can download the PDF
Yeah,
there
it
as well.
is. Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
just look under Player's Handbook Playtest 8.
Oh, this jackass came back.
Yep, the jackass came back.
Damn it! I was looking forward to
Actually,
targeting.
hold on. He's just gonna stay about just off the ship. But he is throwing a ball of fire at Urk.
Yeah.
Oh, fire. Goodness gracious.
Well, technically a chromatic bolt.
Yeah.
Urk,
Yeah.
you just got hit for 17 points of fire damage.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are not fun.
Although
However,
a lot easier to take than lava spikes.
The thing that made us
it
afraid of
does
doors.
break the suggestion on you. I made a
Oh,
mistake.
okay, right on.
But I'll swallow it. Yeah, I shouldn't have done that. Crux, now that dude is in range, is going to attack with his longsword. He hit twice. Okay, that dude's looking a little beat up. Nothing for Philardra. Urk,
Yes.
you can now
I
act.
finally attack now.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
This one
I finally
is
get to use
floating
my 2 attacks.
off the starboard bow, and there's one facing the Commodore.
Okay. I am going to use a bonus action, cast Planar Warrior
Hmm.
Cool.
Yeah,
on
dude.
this
I mean,
one.
They're
right
not the
here.
only. He's not the only one who can inflict force damage.
That's right.
And then I am going to make my first attack. Voila. 15.
No.
Nothing. Alright.
It bounces
Nope.
off his armor.
Haha.
There we go.
That one does
21.
not.
And then Planar Warrior is D8, I think. Let me look.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Okay.
Huh.
Alright, so 9
Oh.
points.
Oh,
All of one
No.
extra.
Urk's arrow flies through the air and sticks right in this dude's foot. And he says, "What do you have against my shoes?"
You have crappy taste in fashion.
Bite me, bird boy. Evantor.
Well, if you come over here, I wouldn't mind doing that.
I try not to kink shame, but do.
All right.
That's not where I was going with that, but I mean, all right.
homeboy hanging out in space over here.
Yeah.
He needs to make a wisdom save versus DC 15.
Damn. How does that feel on that shoe, motherfucker?
He don't give a shit.
Oh,
Oh my
damn.
god!
He's
Of course
fine.
he makes the wisdom save with a crit.
He says,
Yeah.
your shoe fits rather nicely, motherfucker. That's what I think.
Yeah. I try to catch him in a gravity field for a whole person. It does not take.
Damn.
Weirdly, my whole screen just went black for some reason. I mean, not the whole screen, but like the map. I'm like Steve was a minute ago. I was like, I'm just kind of floating in darkness. Or was it you, Mike?
It was Mike.
That wasn't me. Do you have
This
to
snaps
back out
Urk
and
of it.
Okay, yeah,
Get the-
that's good. Thank you.
Uh-huh. It's weird.
Alright.
Asteria, wisdom save.
All right, see if I can finally break out of this. Are you kidding me?
Oh my god.
Why do I keep failing these saves?
Oh,
Okay. All right. We are not talking about Timora's ass enough. That's what I've discovered.
Yeah.
that sweet, juicy Timora bubble butt. Oh, I
Right?
just want to at its glorious fullness.
There we go. There we go. You hear that, Timora? We're talking about that beautiful hide. Yeah, baby.
It's a Georgia peach. Yes, it is. Soft and plump, and yet oh so full.
You all hear a distinctly feminine voice in your mind saying, "Please leave me out of your weird fight/foot fetish."
I guess only one group can have her devotion.
Yeah.
I guess so.
She is reserved for the Fandolin 5 only.
All right.
We gotta find our new patron deity for this game.
We do. We need a new patron deity.
Damn. You all hear you see two rocks get thrown, and you hear two very loud crashes. He just did 51 points of bludgeoning damage with two rocks
Nice.
Wow.
Nice.
against the jellyfish thing.
Starbow has warmed up his pitching arm.
Mhm.
I have been in some rock fights before.
He's going
but
full tree
God
beard.
damn.
And not that you guys can see it. Well, I'll let you see the 2 hit rolls. There are tentacle attacks coming back. Oh, that one's a miss. Damn, I guess he disoriented it. This tentacles just missed. Like flat out missed. D.
I
Can
know.
make a wisdom.
Oh my gosh! It had to roll over.
Oh, this is terrible.
Nix is going to.
Yeah, y'all didn't have to tag me in on this low wisdom score thing.
We didn't want you to feel left out. You're a part of the group, man.
Oh, damn. I did not expect this thing to fail a charisma check. Like at
Actually,
all.
as I recall, Steve is the one who started this low wisdom roll thing.
I don't get it.
Well, apparently, it's weirdly infectious. It's like
Yep.
D&D.
The wisdom curse.
It's the wisdom curse, yes.
Damn, that sucked. Okay. Still hurt.
Hmm.
And this one steps. Actually, it's just gonna go after Crux again.
Do you not have an Asteria pick, Steve?
Huh? I
You not
do,
have
but
it?
I have not. I have not. I didn't put it on my avatar. It's-
It just seems wrong to be playing an angel with a devil on your thing. That's all
Yeah.
I'm saying.
yeah, I don't care. It's fine.
Evan toward this one, the other thing dude floats over and aims a lightning bolt at you. Well, not technically a lightning bolt.
Oh shit.
I like that crit fail better.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Ouch.
20 lightning.
That is definitely
Fuck
an
me
out.
in the goat ass. That is a whole bunch of lightning.
That is a whole bunch of lightning, and that is a whole bunch of hurt.
Oh,
Yeah. And I'm not in a position to do nothing to heal you guys.
I know you guys have been stuck most of the fight.
Mm-hmm.
Crux
Where are
got
you? You're way the hell over there. I'm sorry.
this one with a long sword. A larger Urk.
Yes. I'm up.
Yeah.
Am I up? What is the? That's touch. Damn it. Okay. I guess I'm gonna go for the same person again.
Yeah, that one, he's looking pretty messed up.
All right.
Finish him.
Let's see. Let's go. Where is that one? All right. Let's put a hunter's mark on him, just because I've been hitting low.
Okay.
Oh, here we go. Nothing low on that.
Okay.
Oh yeah, all right. And then the hunter's mark, I get an extra D6 on this.
Ten.
10 points.
He drops.
All right.
Cool.
And you still got an attack to fire at the other guy.
This guy here.
No, the guy that's
No, the
off
guy-
the ship.
Yeah, the guy is floating out in space in the dark.
Oh, out here.
Yeah.
Okay, well I can't even see him.
He's
He's
here.
over here.
Oh. Let me just do this. He's technically off the ship, but he's within range of your bow.
Okay.
I just don't want to mess with the map.
All right, and here is my second attack. $20
You hit.
and 8. I'm consistently rolling 8 for my piercing damage.
Not bad.
Nothing wrong with that.
And there
Yeah.
isn't. I just noticed that's like the third or fourth time it's happened.
Evantor.
All right, I am going to target our unfriendly friend out here once again. This time we shall use. What was I going to use on him? My familiar is going to fly out and attempt to make physical contact with him. So I need to make a spell attack roll. So I'll just roll for an Eldritch Blast.
Okay.
Because I don't know if I can. Can I do that on the sheet? No, looks like I have to do that. So, spell attack, because I'm casting a spell through the familiar. Ooh.
That's a hit.
Yeah.
All right. This is what's going to happen to him, because I'm tired of this guy moving around. Let me put the spell up for you. Immovable object.
Oh man.
He weighs more than 10 pounds.
His clothes don't.
So go naked or stay where you are.
Because I can't target a creature, but I can target an item.
Okay. Which specific item? Because now
Let's
you're
see,
turning it into a called shot.
Well, I would go for center mass, because that's always the easiest thing to hit. So that fancy doublet he's wearing.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
All right. And then, since unless he's going to teleport, I don't know what he can do. I'm going to move around here to break line of sight so he can't hit me with any more frickin' lightning.
Okay.
And
I
that's...
gotta say, the smell of lightning cooked Evantor is not pleasant.
And that's, let's see. I'm using the statistics of an owl for my familiar, so as a flyby attack, I will also have it move back out of his immediate reach, so hopefully he will not be able to destroy it.
He does get an attack of opportunity, though.
Flyby. No attack of opportunity.
When you're flying, you don't get an attack of opportunity?
Owls have that ability.
Okay.
So it's an inky black spear, but mechanically I use it as an owl.
I see.
Right.
Not sure of that one, but okay.
Yeah.
Hysteria.
All right. Let's see if we can finally break my the wisdom curse. Come on.
Come
Come
on,
on,
boom
Timora.
shakalaka. Yeah.
Oh, come on.
We told you,
I'm
don't
good.
call him.
This battle's going to end, and I will have done nothing. I hate this.
Well, on the plus side, it wasn't single digits.
Yeah.
We're improving. We're getting better. Another few rolls, you could get up closer to 20.
Hey, look, I had an encounter where Jennifer's player got whammied by a succubus. So she got charmed. And then to keep her from attacking the party, one of the party members threw a hold person on her. So the whole fight, she didn't get to do shit.
Oh,
Mhm.
She never
that's
could
gotta be
break the whole
frustrating.
person.
Damn it.
All right, y'all feel the whole ship, even though it's still not moving, but it jerks. I don't know another way to describe it. Just jerks in place. Meanwhile, of the two rocks that are thrown back at it at the other ship, one just flies off into space, and the other one, I'm not sure how to describe the sound of a critical hit from a boulder being thrown at a spell jamming ship, but Starbo got a critical hit.
Nice.
Well, somebody is.
Well, that was a key piece of information there. First, we thought that there was the big jerk because the vessel was stopping. And now we know it's because something was hitting it.
D.
Let's see.
Come on, Jen. Roll. Roll good.
I just leaned my head against the box. I'm like, this sucks.
It still sucks. It's like trying to climb out of that hole all over again.
Yeah.
Okay, Nyx is going to do a couple of things. One, this creature needs to save. Damn.
Nick's just harass him.
You're ugly, you're a clone, and your mom dresses you funny. That thing is, he missed his save. The other thing that Nyx is going to do is, oddly enough, start playing music.
Not so odd for a bard.
Yeah, but I always think the timing just seems weird. D, call high or low.
Boy, I've been rolling low.
Playing the odds here.
All right. Sorry, D. Asteria, on your next attempt at a wisdom save, you can add a D6.
Okay, thank you.
He was just picking at random from the two of you since.
Okay.
This creature.
Oh, Bardic Inspiration. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Come on, baby.
Doorway opens and he appears here without his doublet.
Stopped him for a round.
At the door. Again with
Yes.
the lightning.
Hmm.
11.
He has just about got my number.
You don't have absorb elements?
I do not.
Oh no.
And then he floats. I'm gonna leave him here for the purpose of lighting, and y'all can still reach him with ranged attacks. But he floats 30 feet off the port side of the ship.
I mean, to be fair, when you're fighting Illithids, not many of them throw fire at you.
Yeah.
Commodore Crux takes out his musket. Oh, and he hits once. Got a pretty good shot on him. Gets him in the eye. One of his eyes. Fell
Between
Archer
the eyes.
has been jammed. Well, jam screamed. Irk.
Right.
This creature is actually floating, remember, 30 feet off the bow,
Okay.
but you can hit him with your bow. That's what you're doing.
Like, hey, that's my thing.
Okay, let's see. Let us try. Damn it. Alright, I guess I'm attacking then.
Well, you've been hitting him.
I'm gonna put Planar Warrior on him. $20.
That's a hit.
And again with the 8.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And
Let me ask
2
you
more.
something. Is lightning that's been hitting me a spell, or was that like something I could have used a shield spell on?
I think it's a chromatic orb.
Spell. It was a chromatic bolt.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was about to say, because if he was throwing something at me like a javelin of lightning, I would have definitely tried to use a shield spell or something.
Mm.
Just want to make sure.
No, because it doesn't hit AC.
Yeah.
And again, 8.
Yeah.
It gives me +7, so I'm consistently rolling 1 on damage.
Yeah, that's why I was thinking absorb elements, because that would have it.
Aventor.
Mm-hmm.
So that was a total of 18 altogether on him.
Yep, I got you.
Okay.
He's pretty battered.
Yeah, let's see if I can batter him some more. I did want to get some information out of him.
Arrows sticking out of him, broken heel.
Broken.
Bullet in his eye.
Okay, got a musket ball in his eye.
I'm gonna
I had
fire.
to make sure he wasn't Achilles.
I'm gonna fire 2 Eldritch Blasts at him, but the idea is to do non-lethal damage. I do want to take it as a captive if I can. Equation, forceful gravitation.
First one got him.
There you go. Well, yeah, there's one.
Yeah, first one got him.
Wait, that's... Oh, okay, because it's rolled. Yeah. All right, come on, baby. Big damage. That's not big damage.
5. Is that a 6?
I will draw him
5.
10 feet down. Bring him in a little closer.
Okay.
And then let me see. I want to take my movement. I can move 35. And up here is the Spelljamming Helm, the direction to the Spelljamming Helm, right?
Not if you go up the stairs, it's the direction to the treant. If you go through the door.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take my movement, and I'm going to go through the door.
Okay.
As I need to see what's going on with Fell.
Hysteria.
All right, let's see if I can finally break it. Maybe that Order of Inspiration will help.
Come on, baby. Come on. Come on. Come on.
Let's do that. That worked. I'm gonna hold on to that bardic inspiration now.
Okay. Yeah, he's floating 20 feet off the port bow.
I am most put out. All right. Yeah, that's about the only action I can take right now. So
Oh, yep. Blah, blah, blah.
yeah.
I swear, usually
Go
when
back
I
to
use it does not work this well.
yeah.
This has been pretty crazy.
Yep. All right, D. I'm hoping you can make your save.
Okay, a couple rocks go back and crash. D.
Please make your save. Oh no.
Oh my fucking
Oh,
god.
Point, I feel like Bronx is more wise than I am.
Hold on.
Well, now you're
Hold
kneeling harder.
Hold on. Hold on. I'm going to give you my inspiration. You got to be able to do better than that.
come on.
Yeah. That got you out.
Yes.
There you go.
Yep.
Thank you.
Okay. Nyx is taking out his hand crossbow and firing.
Damn.
Damn! He hit twice.
He's
Yeah, he
pretty
did.
pissed.
He put 2 bolts in the chest.
Damn.
He starts to fly away from the ship. He is... Oh, man, I hate the lighting issue here. He is now 60 feet off port. And just straight up fleeing.
Okay.
Oh, do I dare?
Crux is taking out his musket and missing. The larger's doing nothing. Urk.
Okay. Well, again, we shall do Planar Warrior on this guy. And I will hopefully not roll a crappy attack.
Now, Mike, you've got Hunter's Mark up. You could move that to him as a bonus action and
Yep.
get the benefit of Hunter's Mark off both of your attacks as opposed to just the one.
Well, damn, that was definitely a hit.
Yeah, definitely a hit. For 8.
Yeah, I'm trying to get it to roll off my thing. It's not doing it. There it goes. I think I did it twice. Nope, there it goes. So 16 altogether.
All right, he's out. He's just floating. So now you have
Nice.
one dead on the deck and one dead floating away.
Alright, I am not seeing any more enemies.
There are no more enemies.
They're all dead.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't want to use my extra attack anyway.
And that's it.
All right. Let me
You
at
could
least
say
start to
I
heal
hit it
some
and quit
people.
it with that last one.
All right.
He
Let me
turns
heal
and
some
starts
people.
kicking the one beside him before she sees if there's anything on.
Yeah, I was. Yeah, Asteria is actually joining you on that. That was my first thought. My
Who
second
says
thought
you
now is
can't beat a dead horse?
no, you can't. Let me go and heal you guys because some of you took some damage. All right, so I'll give you. All right, that's 8 points back for Eventor.
How are you healing me?
Cure. Where are you? Cure wounds.
I am over here.
Oh, you're over
Yeah,
where?
he's.
Okay.
You're out on the deck. He's not there.
Oh, he's not there. Okay, okay. Then I don't see him. Okay. Then Nyx gets it because he took some hits.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Interestingly, you notice that it works.
Yeah.
Even though
Yeah.
even though you can see the machinery where the trident pierced him, the cure spell works.
Yeah. Yeah. It's the least I could do for the. He gave me the bardic inspiration. I think turning the favor seemed right. Yeah. Yeah. When I see him, when Aventor comes back, I'll heal him as well.
All right, Evantor, you went back to see what was up with Felardra, right?
Yeah.
Felardra is on the floor beside the spell jamming hound, pounding on it.
What's going on, Philandra? Why aren't we moving?
It's dead.
Sometimes
Dead.
the dead.
It's been jammer screened.
Yeah.
Blasted.
Eventor, is that gravity spell that you cast on the doublet done, or are you still holding it up?
You know, actually, I need to make a. Hang on, let me see. Does it require concentration or not? No, it lasts for an hour, although I can temporarily nullify it for a short period.
Oh, okay, so it's still working. Okay,
Yeah.
I was gonna try to investigate it, but if it's still held to the deck, I guess there's no point.
It's still locked in its place in space there.
All right. Then what I guess I can do is I can do detect magic and see if anything starts glowing, including the doublet.
Actually, the doublet that's floating and the creature that is floating off of the port side of the ship vanish.
Oh, really? Okay.
So now there's just one.
All right. Is there anything glowing about him?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
A bracelet.
Okay.
And the trident.
All right. Okay. All right. Yeah, we can take both of those. See what else he has.
See if there's anything else.
All right.
There's nothing else magical.
Okay. Anything mundane?
There's a purse
Mm-hmm.
with I'm gonna say 200 gold pieces.
Okay.
This guy thought he was fancy.
Yeah. Okay.
We
We can split that up with Philandra.
That's 50 gold for her.
Yep.
1/4 of all treasure.
Yep.
Yeah. So you've won a victory, but at what cost? You're stranded on a ship without a functional spell jamming helm in the vast ocean of wild space.
Dun dun dun.
Is that where we cliffhang off?
Dun dun dun. Yep. I mean, if there's anything you want to do right now,
No, the things I
pretty
want
much
to do are be too involved for 5 minutes.
Yeah. Aside from I'll heal Eventor as well now that I see him, so I can go and give him some hit points
All
back.
right.
Or at
right?
least-
And Evanter, just to let you know, I've been pronounced.
Right.
Philardra was not physically damaged, but she'll come out and tell you that when the jellyfish came up behind, it's leaving. By the way,
Okay. Eventor, you get 7 back.
All right.
It did something, and the spell jamming helm just stopped responding. It died.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to go do. I was hoping the jellyfish was disabled enough that I could fly over there and see if I could figure out what was going on. But it's going to move faster than me, I'm sure.
Yep, it's fleeing. You can tell, since you said you wanted to consider flying over, it's not just a ship.
Another living thing being used as.
It's moving as if it were a living thing.
I guess we'll find out next time.
For you.
What's up?
So, there we are. You've won, but at what cost?
Take us out.
Yep.
Yep. Good fight, though.